also get lost in the sauce.
वेट, हेडफोन माइक कनेक्टेड है ब्रो, हेडफोन का माइक कनेक्टेड है तो का आवाज आ रहा है। अच्छा, दिस हेडफोन लिटरली हैज द बेस्ट माइक इन द हेडफोन इंडस्ट्रियल स्टेट। भाई इतना क्यों पसीना पसीना लग रहा हूं भाई। ये लिटरली इसको है ना, मतलब बेस्ट माइक बोला जाता है भाई, बेस्ट माइक। लाइक लिटरली इसमें तुम फूक भी मारो ना तो भी देखो कैसा वो है ना, सिर्फ फूक लेता है, वो हवा एकदम पास ऑन नहीं करता। Anyways, welcome back to another live stream, everyone. Hope you guys doing well. Hope you having a beautiful and wonderful day today. If not, your boys here to make it a much better. Welcome. सबसे पहले big W's to Razer for sending this majestic headphone to us. W Razer in the chat. मैं अभी तुम लोगों को बताता हूँ। तो ये अपना अभी हेडफोन माइक अपन यूज कर रहे हैं। भाई मेरा स्किन इतना ऑयली क्यों हो गया भाई। तो ये वाला जो अभी हेडफोन अभी जो माइक करंटली यूज कर रहे हैं अपन, वो हेडफोन माइक है। अभी हम अपने ये वाले माइक पे जाता हूं मैं। ये देखो ये देखो, अभी ये वाला माइक कनेक्टेड नहीं है। रुको रुको, ये वाला माइक कनेक्टेड ही नहीं है शायद। चैट वो सब छोड़ो, बाकी तुम लोगों को कल का स्ट्रीम कैसा लगा मेरी जान? कल का स्ट्रीम कैसा था लगा मेरे लाला? I hope you guys enjoyed yesterday's live stream. I hope that was a fun time for you to watch my stream. Shubhlal, thank you for the 55, bro. Can you review my night market? जब आएगा जरूर। www best stream था भाई। Thank you भाई लोग, thank you so much, thank you so much यार, thank you so much। बहुत फिर स्ट्रीम होने के बाद कोच हॉर्लिक्स ने भाई मेरे को है ना डेंजर वाला शॉट दे दिया अल्लाह था, और उसकी वजह से है ना मेरे को त्रास थोड़ा सा हुआ, लेकिन फिर ये उतना चलता है। अभी क्या मैं गलत जगह पे मार दिए थे भाई वो, तो इसके वजह से अचानक स्ट्रीम एंड करना पड़ा। मेरे को बाय बोलना था तुम लोगों को, लेकिन बाय भी नहीं बोल पाया मैं, ऐसा विषय हुआ। तो बाकी कुछ नहीं, ये हाँ ये निकाल के रखता हूँ तो थोड़ा कैसा है ना फेस पे छोटा दिखेगा ये, लेकिन ऐसा लग रहा है, ऐसा लग रहा है कि मैं ना हैप्पी चॉप्टर चला रहा हूँ, हैप्पी चॉप्टर, मजाक से हटके। तुमको पता है ये हेडफोन कितने का है? क्या चैट में किसी को पता है ये हेडफोन कितने का है? मैं जब सुना था ना ये हेडफोन का प्राइस, मेरे पैरों के नीचे से मेरी चप्पल और मेरे पैंट के अंदर से मेरी चड्डी दोनों फट गई थी भाई, मजाक से हटके बता रहा हूं भाई। ये हेडफोन 20,000 का है, 20,000 का, 20,000 का हेडफोन। मैं सपने में भी जब सोचता था ना कोई हेडफोन लूंगा तो भाई वो 10,000 तक का मैक्स सोचता था मैं, अबे 20,000 का हेडफोन, मां कसम। आवाज अजीब लग रही है भाई लोग, आवाज अजीब लग रही है या बहुत क्रिस्प एंड क्लियर लग रही है बताओ? चलो आ जाओ अभी ये वाले माइक पे जाते हैं। दिस इज अवर मेजर स्टिक माइक, ये है अपना पहले का माइक दोस्तों। कैसा आवाज आ रहा है इसमें से? ये है हमारा ओरिजिनल माइक, जो जहां से हम लोग रोज बात करते हैं, आप लोगों को आवाज रोज आती है, ये वो वाला आवाज है हमारा। नमस्ते 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 नमस्ते। ओल्ड बेटर, पहले का अच्छा था, क्रिस्प था वो। हाँ आई नो कि ये क्रिस्प है, बट ये जो है ना ये काफी अच्छा है, मतलब अलग है। ओल्ड इज गोल्ड एनी डे, ओल्ड इज गोल्ड एनी डे, एंड ओल्ड माइक डब्ल्यू एंड भाई मैं इतना ये क्यों लग रहा हूं यार? आज कुछ तो लाइटिंग का लफड़ा हुआ है, आज कुछ तो हुआ है भाई। आज वॉच पार्टी बहुत हैवी होने वाली है, क्योंकि आज चेंटिनल्ले वर्सेस डीआरएक्स होने वाला है भाई। और मेरे को 2 बजे एक मीटिंग है, छोटा सा 10-15 मिनट का, तो तभी मैं क्या उसे कहते हैं, तभी तुम लोग देख लेना, मैं बस रिएक्शन दूंगा, आवाज बंद कर दूंगा। अभी ठीक है ना? अभी लाइटिंग ठीक है ना? हाँ अभी लाइटिंग परफेक्ट। बाकी ये हेडफोन है भाई तगड़ा, कुछ भी बोलो। मैंने कल है ना इसका रिव्यू वीडियो शूट किया है, मैंने बहुत रिसर्च किया भाई इस हेडफोन का, सब कुछ जानने के लिए कि इस हेडफोन में क्या क्या है क्या नहीं है। भाई ये हेडफोन है ना 70 घंटे वायरलेस चलता है, मालूम क्या? और मेरे को है ना, अगर फोन में समझो, फोन में अगर मेरे को कोई रील दिख गई, लेकिन मेरे को वो है ना ऑन स्क्रीन नहीं चलानी, ठीक है? ऑन स्क्रीन नहीं मतलब जोर से आवाज नहीं चलाना उसका, तो मैं फटफट क्या करूंगा कि अपने पीसी में ना एक बटन दबा दूंगा सिर्फ, और मेरे फोन से कनेक्ट हो जाएगा वो। ऐसा विषय भाई, बहुत डेंजर है, बहुत नेक्स्ट लेवल वाला ये। अभी देखो मैं तुम लोगों को वापस इसका साउंड क्वालिटी देता हूँ, तो तुम लोग को ज्यादा है ना आइडिया आ जाएगा। लाइक मैं वापस अभी ये कनेक्ट करता हूँ, मैं वापस ये कनेक्ट करता हूँ, रुको। हैप्पी बर्थडे टू मी, अभी मैं बात कर रहा हूँ ये माइक से दोस्तों, कैसा आवाज आ रहा है? तोरा माँ का सुर्रे। Yo, welcome back to another live stream. This is Captain Horse Gaming YT channel. Your flight will land in 2 minutes. कुर्सी की पेटी बांध लीजिए, क्योंकि अभी थोड़ी पतली आवाज है। हाँ थोड़ी पतली आवाज है, इसमें बेस थोड़ा सा विषय है। सर दर्द हो रहा है, सर दर्द हो रहा है, ऐसा विषय है। हाँ ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है। कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है, कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है ना। बट फॉर रियल ये जो माइक है ना, ये बहुत इंप्रेसिव है भाई, ये बहुत ही ज्यादा इंप्रेसिव है। चालू हो गया मैच, मैच चालू होएगा और 10 मिनट बाद। अच्छा ये कंडेंसर लगाऊंगा तो अच्छा आएगा क्या, ऐसा है? चलो ठीक है ठीक है ठीक है, अपना रेगुलर वाला माइक लगाते हैं अपन। यस सर। हेडफोन का नाम रेजर ब्लैक शार्क V2 2023 V2 Pro 2023। लेट्स गो, लेट्स वॉच भाई। आज होने वाला है चंटी नल्ले वर्सेस, क्या होने वाला है आज? हाँ, आज होने वाला है चंटी नल्ले वर्सेस DRX, विसिटी पैसिफिक वर्सेस विसिटी अमेरिकास फॉर द स्पॉट एंड द फर्दर सीड ऑफ द प्लेऑफ्स। आज प्लेऑफ्स का फर्स्ट मैच है भाई लोग, देखो। लेकिन एक अच्छी चीज है कि आज अगर कोई हारता है तो वो घर पे नहीं जाएगा, आज अगर कोई हारता है तो वो लोअर ब्रैकेट में जाएगा, ठीक है। थैंक यू ओमेश सोनी फॉर द स्पॉन्सर विद द पाव गैंग लाला मेरी लाला। स्क्रिप्ट चेक, एक्सक्यूज मी, नो वे। आज की स्क्रिप्ट के हिसाब से देखते कौन जीतने वाला है। अबे यार, ये साला, ये पैसिफिक टीम्स को क्यों हराते हैं भाई ये लोग?
They already know it's going to be a banger. Like,
It'll be a good game, but I think it is harder to get excited for the regional matchups compared to this first one in terms of the most exciting.
all right.
Jealous ka
since
babu
I'm on
na
the
hai
desk
jo
now, I
lo.
can't troll my predictions. Apparently, that's the rule that I have to take.
भाई इसका आवाज कुछ ज्यादा ही अच्छा है भाई।
Wait, what? How am I the only person that said DRX?
That's a little worrying.
Yinsu!
Well,
Yinsu, I support
it's
you.
going to be a 50-50.
I took it super
Jinsu!
seriously this time.
And you
I
might
did
be
not
the only one.
troll.
Maybe you're the only one that took it seriously enough, so we
Yeah,
don't
what's
know.
going on?
Okay, you guys, what's going on?
Okay, I mean, for Mion.
और ये ककू का ही भाई 50 साल बाद कैसे गया?
Yeah.
Wow, they're playing great. They crushed Genji. That's an easy pred for me.
Honestly, I agree. Like, watching that Icebox, I remember it time after time. I think that last matchup was too good not to root for them.
Bro. But शायद ककूका और मिली को पता, मिम्मी को पता नहीं कि DRX ने जेंजी को भी हराया। जैसे ये लोग बोल रहे हैं ना, जिस बेसिस पे कि सेंटिनल्स ने जेंजी को चमाटी दिया, इसके वजह से सेंटिनल्स इजीली जीतेगी। DRX ने भी जेंजी को हराया है, अगर उनको पता नहीं तो, वो भी फाइनल्स में। समझे क्या? आज फुल DRX को सपोर्ट करेगा? नहीं, आज मैं DRX को नहीं सपोर्ट करने वाला। सेंटिनल्स ऑन टॉप, सेंटिनल्स इज द बेस्ट। हराया नहीं था, क्या बात कर रही हो? अच्छा नहीं, पेपर एक्स को हराया था, पेपर एक्स को। मैं सेंटिनल्स फैन ही हूं भाई लोग, मैं सेंटिनल्स को सपोर्ट करूंगा आज फुल कट्टर सेंटिनल सपोर्ट बेबी।
现在只剩下8支队伍 DRX
여기까지 오는데 꽤 시간은 많이 걸렸겠지만 돌아가는 데는 시간이 꽤 걸리지 않을 것입니다.
Sentinels
The harder the challenge, the higher the stakes, the harder I have to try.
T
接下来我们会用每一场的比赛来证明我们的实力。
G2
You guys got more work to do
भाई
than us.
सब लोग है ना बोलते रहेंगे कि भाई ये टीम जीतेगी, वो टीम जीतेगी, और ट्रॉफी है ना G2 लेके जाने वाली है। तुम लोग देखते रहो, मजाक से हटके बोल रहा हूँ, G2 ट्रॉफी लेके जाने वाली है, और ये टीम तो सबसे ना टट्टी है।
我们 EDG 总会有一个人做好准备，那一定会是
मजाक
所有队伍
मजाक
都会战至最后一刻，捧起最后的冠军奖杯。
我觉得 T 玩的像一个欧洲队伍，但是他们有一点中国的特色在里边。但是我们是冠军。
Walking
भाई लोग 2 बजे मेरी एक मीटिंग है, आ गया याद दिलाओ भाई.
今天跟利维坦打完了之后，我就迫不及待的想跟其他队友的决斗会碰一碰。
भाई टी ना टी आज मेरे को ऐसा चाहिए कि भाई हायर सीड में जाके टी जीते भाई. मतलब आज ईडीजी के अगेंस्ट है ना भाई, टी जीतनी चाहिए, मजा आएगा भाई. वो टीम मेरे को है ना बहुत पैशनेट लगती है और बहुत है ना बहुत काम कंपोज और एमर्स लगते हैं भाई उन लोग में. भाई लेविएटन को 2-0 हराना मतलब जेवन की बात नहीं है भाई, उन लोगों ने हराया है. तो वो है ना बड़े तोड़ू गेमर्स है भाई, मेरे को बहुत पसंद है वो लोग.
I love my current team, and Sentinels is also a family in itself.
Yes! My favorite team!
I enjoy playing with. It's just amazing to me.
Yeah. Genji, everyone has to buy the Sen bundle. Okay. We're the underdogs again. Yeah, that's true. 4th seed.
Yeah, Champs might be another absolute cinema.
The original kings of Korea.
मत कर सेंड सपोर्ट, जिसको करता है वो हाथी है. सी जेंजी एंड पेयर एक्स. ऐसा थोड़ी ना हुआ है कभी भाई आदित्य भाई, कभी नहीं हुआ ऐसा. जेंजी इससे पहले 50 ट्रॉफी जीती है मेरिट सपोर्ट की वजह से, ठीक है ना. थैंक यू बोलते 40 रुपए.
좀 멀게 느껴졌었는데 지금 이렇게 하고 좀 이제 강팀들이 이기면서 좋은 성적에 달려가다 보니 좀 이제 먼 게 아니라 할 수 있겠구나, 나도 이제 우승을 할 수 있겠구나라고 생각했고 진짜 꼭 우승을 하고 싶습니다.
क्या बोल रहे भाई? Hello 1 2 3 mic check. Yes. Hello.
오직 한 팀 젠지만 강하다고
Hello,
생각하시는
hello,
분들은
hello.
정말 잘못된 생각이고
1 2
저희가 모두가 컨디션이 최상이라면 이 세계에 있는 어떤
Like the stream even new, let's
절대 저희 팀을
go.
이길 수 없습니다.
स्क्रिप्ट देखा भाई मैंने स्क्रिप्ट, माँ कसम.
Sentinels. DRX.
The script writers knew exactly what they were doing. They give us the villains versus the remaining hometown heroes on day 1 of playoffs, and no matter what happens, it's going to be a banger. But the map, although, talk me through this.
This is pretty interesting. We're seeing Sentinels start on Sunset, a map that was so strong for them early in this year, dominant in kickoff, dominant in Madrid, but that they've mostly shelved, only showing it once in stage 2, not yet here at Champions either. So I think the big question is, will they go back to that same Breach Gecko comp? They kind of
Omesh, thank you so much for the 40 rupees. How to join Pow Gang as member on Discord? Please tell. आपको अपना जो Discord है वो YouTube से लिंक करना पड़ेगा. एक्सक्लेमेशन लिंक वाइटी डालो चैट में, तो वो नाइट बोर्ड आपको समझा देगा.
They do not want to be next. So
Okay, मेरे भाई, thank you so much for the 40 रुपए, Omesh.
Most of this matchup is going to be decided on the Sunset. Is Sentinels going to repeat that situation where they win all the pistols?
शिवांश भाई भेज दी आपको request.
So strong. They have all the reads. It's almost impossible with how little showings we've had so late.
Sure, I do think it'll be tough.
Hi Ashman, hello Ashman.
What they did against Genji was a lot
Ashman.
of specific
Ashman,
prep, but the form they
Ashman.
have, the confidence coming off
Saurav
that,
Joshi
those
from
things
Sentinels.
will
Yes, Saurav
definitely
Joshi
carry
Sentinels
through
में खेलता है.
into this matchup. And for me, I
Let's
think
go! Saucy by Taklu!
Both these teams are playing the same comp. I think they both
ये देखो
play
सौरव जोशी.
a really similar style. Defense, but retake heavy with some ideas for kind of early fights with that Breach Sova into the lobby. A lot of really slow, good mid-rounding on their attack side. I can't pick out a clear favorite there. So I think
Hello, Scully baby!
And what Sentinels have to show on a map that they've
Hello, Spear, bye.
played in quite a while.
Well, let's take a look at the
Second on
engine
Neon!
select. And my goodness, they've done some prep of their own. Yeah, Sass is going to be moving on to the Fade.
हार गए.
Just moving away from that.
काइको भाई, रेस क्यों छोड़ा?
The Neon, I mean, I don't think
रेस क्यों छोड़ा भाई?
No, I really like this. I think the Neon looks have looked
ये
good on
क्यों?
defense. They dominate
Excuse
extremely
me.
control really hard. Having that extra stun can provide a lot of value, and the fast rotates too are good. The biggest
Excuse
thing you're
me,
giving
chat.
up is those shock darts from the Sova. So dealing with that Cypher
Throw
can
कर
be
रही
a
भाई.
little bit harder.
Sentinels
without that AD.
throw
Well,
कर
thank
रही
you
है.
very much. You two.
Throw.
It's time to toss it over to the two people. Like I said, I'm never wrong about anything. Here's Bren and Sideshow.
Yep, the famous caster pair, Omniscience.
Yeah.
Blessed of it. Yeah.
Let's go, Sentinels! 13-0 this! Come on!
You think of
Full
two
support,
historical,
Paisa!
right? I think over VCT's history, and despite that fact, they've only played each
Oh
other once.
my
Even in
Pri!
VCT,
Shah!
it was an off-season
Live!
tournament earlier on in
With the
2023,
Platinum
towards the tail end of the year,
membership!
and it's the
The
tournament
biggest
that really
membership of the
kickstarted this year
channel!
off for Sentinels. It's what really formed
Oh
this
boy,
consistent roster.
sir.
It got them stable in terms of the players that they actually wanted to field, and coincidentally
Pri,
as well,
Dubai
it
ने
also got
सबसे
them that
बड़ी
run
membership ले ली
into the
chat.
grid.
And now we get to watch them clash as our opening game of playoffs.
W Preet
They're up
Bhai
here
in the
playing
chat.
in
Love
the
you, bhai.
big
Welcome to the
leagues.
Pow Gang
And look at
Plat.
this to set up the pistol round. A
Sheesh.
4-player defensive stack coming through to defend B
System.
main.
Charge and side by Sentinels के. Let's go. Let's go. Come on. Win this.
Holding
Easy.
the ground as well. It's going to be util used. Pound for pound here. Bar for bar. Almost shots are fired. Aftershock for aftershock. The
Urre
blind
wow,
was
boss.
good towards the back of the pillar, but it just can't quite disjoint these players still. DRX claim the day here. Claim
Arre
the
re,
round. Open
yaar.
the pistol round in their hands.
And that threw a great read for Sentinels of what was going to happen. Sen won every pistol, every bonus against Gen G, and here looked like they were set up to be able to succeed. Those flashes that came through, though, from Foxy9 and Mako completely ruined what Sentinels were going for. Sen needed a bit more of a spread out position so they didn't all get hit by every piece of utility, and yet the dump worked perfectly for the Korean team.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं, कोई दिक्कत नहीं. Eco round जीत सकते हैं.
Gen G did in the same spot.
Eco
We are
निकाल
gonna be
सकते हैं, Eco
making
निकाल
those
सकते हैं.
comparisons regularly, because how could you not? Number 1 versus number 2 Pacific team, our two Korean teams playing on home turf. Sen's already taken one of them down. But you might think Gen G were the harder of the two. That is extremely debatable.
It's still up for debate, right? I mean, DRX, I think, have shown a very, very deep map pool. Even in the lead up to playoffs, the player form as well individually. It's been looking large and in charge. And I think that this is a team now that has that responsibility of being
शिवांश भाई बाद में वापस भेजता हूँ, ठीक है? रात में भेजता हूँ.
playoffs. Not just that, but also the sole Korean team with Gen G out.
कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है.
Just outcomes that I think
Retake कर लेंगे. Eco पे retake कर सकते हैं.
at all heading into champs.
Ten said in an interview earlier today that he hoped a lot of the Gen G fans were going to hop on board with Sen, because, you know, you want to lose to the tournament winners, you want to become our fans, so that Gen G didn't just get knocked out by a bad team. I don't think there's much chance of a lot of the Pacific fans hopping on board with Sen over DRX, considering the position that they're in. Korean team, last Pacific squad. Surely they're just going to snowball and pick up fans from those other teams as it goes.
You have to imagine.
Love you, Preet Bhai.
They found themselves in a really easy post plan here. Sentinels went for the gamble stack over towards A, and now just looking to do some economic damage. Just flashback.
Come on, flashback मरेगा. Easy, easy, easy. Let's
Sheer
go.
amount of utility.
नहीं
Luckily,
मरा.
teammates happy to bail him out. Up and over the shoulder today.
मरा कैसे नहीं?
Second is tucked up deep. Yes, they do.
मर गया.
Aftershock
Let's
is committed by
go.
Celsius. Just for the kill towards the end here, but it won't be oust. Garnered off the back of it. No real guns either. At least the Bulldog. Celsius keeping it in his hands, but he might just go down anyway. Yes, he will.
Choose to go down with the Bulldog there because you'd rather have the Vandal or the Phantom
sure.
into the next. It makes a lot of sense.
Smoky Vibes, thank you so much for the 3-month support. Gen G and Paper X का बदला needed. हर्ष भाई Pacific on top. अफसोस आज Sentinels जीतेगी मेरे भाई, क्योंकि मैं Sentinels को अभी support कर रहा हूँ. बस हो गया यार अभी. Pacific बस हो गया.
It was remarkable the way that Sentinels won all of those pistols in the game against Gen G, because historically this year, that's actually been a big weakness for Sen. They've been one of the worst teams in terms of the crop we have here at Champs, of winning those pistols. So this is still familiar territory. Their job now is to make sure the DRX don't snowball.
We could do just that. It's the same old game plan so far.
Come on, buy round, let's go.
Easy access over towards B main.
I love that idea though, then hoping to see
2-1.
if anybody was
I smell it, bro.
catch them with that recon dart.
Max holding, but he might have missed his timing as well. Peaks from the top section of mid. Meanwhile, it's going to come through. Players towards the back of the side as Killtrip set up to try and potentially play off. This is
Nice.
a bit of raw
One more, easy.
Play through the
Easy, let's go.
And somehow walks away
Let's go, Zon Cutie. Well played,
Survivor.
easy round. Called it. 2-1.
Into the round. 5 bullets. Tens is holding.
Nice.
At just the right time, so.
Well played in the
Main
chat.
reloading? Was he blind?
Well
How
played,
on earth did
2-1, called
Celsius
it.
Swing into a crossfire there and somehow make it out unscathed. That's kind of ridiculous. It's putting him
W's.
actually ahead
ये कैसे किल किया भाई Zellsis ने? और फिर डायरेक्ट स्विंग किया, ये देखो.
Just looking at it in the replay there.
So reload कर रहा था.
Can't punish. Just has to watch in horror as Zellsis swings through the front side. Yeah, very. I mean, that could have easily gone wrong. Right there. Watch these B main hits though, because last time we saw them do this same kind of idea, but it was followed up with a recon dart. This same recon that's landing on front pillar. Now there's a meta that revolves around B main where you put the trip down, someone breaks the trip, and so often there's people contesting front B main on the defense. And that play is designed to push you back as a defender, get you holding right from the start to give up B main. It is working. DRX are getting into these positions to exec real fast.
Going through the motions as well. Getting rid of most of this util. Zellsis takes a time and pass that drone as well, so he wants to cut it up close, but DRX have no intention of heading over towards B.
Both trips broken though, so that's going to keep people on the B site. A lot of pressure here on Sassy, who was phenomenal and has been so far at Champs. He had to get on the board here, but it's early days.
Certainly so. Mako has the paranoia.
It looks like Foxy9's setting up to go for this fault line through from tiles.
Yeah, Sassy's going to get caught here. I mean, where the hell do you stand? He just evacuates immediately. Doesn't want anything to do with it. Going to be slowed down. Haunts up and over the top as well. It's the wall. It's going to reveal onto Buzz, but there's no punish in sight yet. A Sassy peeks round.
Let's go, second. One more. Nice, second.
Seconds. It's cheeky, slightly greedy, yet he does get punished in the end with the trade still. He's turned it into that 3 versus 3. Norofev given access and information towards it. Tens, though, lighting up these players. And a quick tap as well through the box. Foxy9 barely on any health at all. Fault line. Threw it out, sent to supplement.
Nice.
Spam is perfect.
Easy round, baby. Easy W.
Too much to overcome there. Just cannot do it. Not against the form that Tens is in right now. It's a 3-piece to finish off that round.
Being able to stabilize here, Sentinels. It looked dangerous. Sassy's position, just holding on to A there, and yet he read the play. They didn't lead with the fault line. They led, I believe, with a recon dart. And that allowed him enough time to be able to escape, and Zekken came in. What a slide, what a punish onto Buzz.
Spike planted.
Tens continues to have big impact, as he did in the Gen G game.
Hey!
This is going to put the hurt onto DRX.
भड़क रहा है Tens. Saurav Joshi form में. Yup.
Sheriff's and Bucky in play here, so taking a step back. Sentinels spilling that blood in the water. You can see Zekken's just going to opt into the outlaw as well.
Spam ना करे chat में please.
And Senna are about to get up to some pretty large ultimates.
ठीक है Immortal भाई, ठीक है शिवांश भाई.
A situation where DRX could have had an opportunity to snowball, just disappeared from them. Never quite had that moment. Here's that same stun set up for Foxy9. Tens is ready, holding paranoia. So both teams looking to just hold on to the status quo. As DRX push forward and Sen trying to block it back. Paranoia didn't get used here though.
No more dreams.
Instead, Sassy
Nice!
line with gun in hand.
Sen have a pretty good idea of how they want to try and lock down this.
इको राउंड है ये DRX का, लेकिन अगले राउंड में DRX के पास अल्टीमेट्स आ जाएंगे, लेकिन एट द सेम टाइम सेंटिनल्स के पास भी अल्ट्स आ जाएंगे बहुत सारे, तो टेंशन की कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है.
Be careful he doesn't go down to a few stray bullets. It could offer an in for DRX in the round that otherwise don't really have too much of a chance of. Now B main control was conceded, so Bane's picked this one up. There's pings out as well, but Sen have not drifted bodies away. They still have a lot of players here to receive.
Outlaw.
Yeah, and this is where it thrives. Second shot is going to be missing, but not with the start.
Oh,
Just puts them into the blender.
Oh.
I love that selfless play.
भाई pro plays में trips लगा दे नहीं रहेंगे भाई वो. फिर trips तुम लगाओ भाई तोड़ देंगे easily.
By the way,
विशेष खोल.
Zekken's first game this year on Neon. Going into the playoffs, change around the comp. Everybody's looking
ये क्या बीच में खर क्या हो रहा है?
Okay, DRX's map pool is looking good, but maybe Sen can win on the Raze maps. We come in here, a Raze map, and Zekken swapped over to Neon and he's sliding all over them. This is a pick that we've been looking forward to all year long, but we've been denied it.
हज भाई आपकी फीमेल फैन फॉलोइंग 0 क्यों है?
It's the ace up Sentinel sleeve all along.
Both teams, you know,
आता त्यासाठी तुला म्हटलेलो मी. नंतर आता. नंतर थोड्या वेळात भूक लागली.
Bracket, I suppose, if you look at the opponents that they might be going up against, like
Bye.
Trace and EDG, the potential winners of that matchup.
हाँ मैं ये बोल रहा था मेरी फीमेल फॉलोइंग 0 इसलिए है क्योंकि मेरी मेल फॉलोइंग है.
Was one of my, we were kind of discussing, I think, ahead of time of what might be sticking points for this DRX squad because you have a lot of green players.
ये देखो आ गए हर्ष के फैन आंटी ऑन टॉप. एक नया चश्मा ले लो ना अबरार भाई. नया चश्मा लेने बोल रहे हो मेरे को. ये चश्मा बेच के लिमिटेड एडिशन चश्मा है. Please.
He loves to press on the wounds. Any kind of gap that opens up, he's going to try to wedge that bigger and bigger.
भाई अपनी OBS सेटिंग दिखाओ न्यू वर्जन वाली प्लीज. दिस इज अल्फेस, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द 40. मैंने कुछ अपनी सेटिंग्स चेंज ही नहीं की है. जो वो एक्सक्लेमेशन OBS वाले वीडियो में वही है.
To try to win the mental game.
Thank you so much for the 40 Alphys.
Their trophy this year in Madrid, like kind of booming Gen.G's mental on Icebox. This is the point where DRX need to rally.
Oh, second mid push by Saab.
Trying to hit him with a haymaker early on.
Yeah, that's a nice little fast play into mid just in case there was one player.
Second तगड़ा खेल रहा है भाई.
Most of the util, they don't hold on to the space. They're happy to concede it, give it up, back away for now.
Ideally, this is a round where you want to be fighting before Foxy9 can pick up an ult orb and get into position to use that rolling thunder too. So I think that's another reason why it's a great timing to go for an early play like that. Just didn't find anybody. So now it kind of becomes the game of, is Foxy9 allowed to get this ult orb in B main? Which it looks like it's going to be uncontested. And then how does Sen play around it? You've got to make it feel like you're on site. You can't just play fully off site. Teams are too good at that kind of stuff. They're just going to walk in. So you still got to apply a little bit of pressure while not getting caught.
Shotguns are going to go flying just in case.
They're not even going.
Zekken अकेला साइड पे उसका एंगल. अरे टेंस भाई क्या सीन.
He's all too aware, stun. Rattles his way forward. Zekken's blinded though.
भाई लोग.
Give that one up. Can't offer.
टेंस भाई का क्या हो गया उधर?
Fight into the 1v1. Foxy9 with a plant. No pushback from it, and now he's earned the ult into the post. It's a Nightfall going to be used to try and combine their might, but a rolling thunder, pound for pound, to push them back once more, and a flank occurring from behind. Flashback, unaccounted for. Back in the supplement utility.
Easy round. Easy round, baby. Let's go. भाई साहब अल्टी यूज किए वो लोग फिर भी हक दिए भाई DRX. भाई ये 2-0 होने वाला है भाई. Easily जीतने वाली है Sentinels, easily. Sentinels बहुत easily जीतने वाली है ऐसा लग रहा है.
It's even a nice opener to catch Tens on a high ground position that he normally plays. And yet, Sen are ahead of the game when it comes to ults. As soon as that rolling thunder came out, there's a Nightfall.
भाई साहब क्या util है भाई, क्या util है. Sen ने 3 ults use किए, right?
Scale up onto site really quickly.
Heavy util usage.
Sentinels are one of the leading teams in terms of retake success. Pretty good at that.
Time out आते हुए यहाँ पे DRX का, टेक पोज है अच्छा. अबे तुमको मालूम DRX अब तक DRX जैसा खेल रही नहीं है. क्योंकि वो दिख रही नहीं है पूरे गेम में. वो लोग शायद है ना उन लोग का हाथ भी कांप रहा रहेगा. क्योंकि अपना आरबी बोल रहा हूँ. फॉक्सी है ना फॉक्सी. फॉक्सी ने ट्वीट डाला था कि भाई मैंने जब वैलोरेंट चालू किया था टेंस को देख के चालू किया था. मैं उसको बहुत एडमायर करता हूँ. वो वन ऑफ माय फेवरेट प्लेयर्स है. इसको क्या हो रहा भाई. वो वन ऑफ माय फेवरेट प्लेयर्स है. वो एक एब्सोल्यूट लेजेंड है. मैं उसको देख के बहुत सीखता हूँ. ऐसा सब डाला था उसने ट्वीट पे. और अभी मैं अपने ही मतलब जिसको इंस्पिरेशन मानता था उसके अगेंस्ट जाने वाला हूँ इतने बड़े स्टेज पे. तो मेरा विषय खोल हो रहा है. ऐसा उसने लिखा था. तो वही हो रहा है. और फॉक्सी का हाथ इसलिए काँप रहा रहेगा मेरे कैलकुलेशन के हिसाब से. लेकिन शायद वो लोग दूसरे गेम में फॉर्म में आएंगे. लेकिन तब तक सेंटिनल्स 2-0 जीत गई होगी.
Yeah. We've got a little tech pause here though, but I think this is going to be a particularly bad time for DRX. I know, obviously.
अबे ये लैग क्यों हो रहा है बे ऐसा?
DRX are just left in this.
माँ कसम अंकल ने पूरा पूड़ी लाया है वो कान का ये चेंज करने के लिए.
4 in a row go the way of Sen, and especially when you see like the way that Foxy9 was taking that 1v2 for example. And his aim is all over the place, to be honest.
Meeting time. नहीं 10 मिनट भाई. थैंक यू सो मच भाई. मेरे को लगा 2 बज के गया. भाई लोग 2 बजे ना मैं थोड़ा सा म्यूट जाऊंगा और फिर उसके बाद में ना एटलीस्ट 5-10 मिनट तक 10-15 मिनट वो मीटिंग चलेगी. ठीक है.
You've got essentially the team being led by Mako, Buzz being pushed into this position as the veterans who have to really pull up the morale when it gets knocked down, which we've seen evidence of. Their opening match for DRX, they got knocked down. That's wishful thinking.
I mean, we might see one.
We might see it.
We
That's been
absolutely
good for
could
it.
see it.
Listen, I didn't mean to slander it.
It's cool as well to see the interplay between
किस चीज का मीटिंग है एक
and the veterans
विषय
on their own team, but also on Sentinels.
Yeah.
Foxy9 looking up to TenZ over the course of his whole career.
That's right.
Because TenZ has been in the game for such a long time, and he was an icon of early
टेंस
Valorant.
बुड्ढा हो गया
If anything, he's probably only got more popular as time's gone on. Right. But he was much more popular than any other pro at the beginning of the game, and it wasn't close. And so people like Foxy9, who weren't around at the start,
चालू करो भाई
idolize this guy for all that he's been able to achieve.
Yeah, you're 100% right. I mean, Foxy9 looked up to him. They have a very wholesome interaction that always occurs as well if they do cross paths.
Okay, and I'm taking a look. We're back in the game here, round 7, and Sentinels
Bye,
are
Chani
forced
ADRX
over
का.
towards A to start this off. You'd be forgiven for thinking that that's the team on the
क्या मस्त कंट्रोल ले रही भाई सेंटिनल्स
Not at all.
It's a kill trip setup towards the back of the site, John QT.
A very passive
Very
kill trip
passive,
setup.
so he's holding for aggression. But B main control, given up, turned over towards Bane. He's going to try and hold on to that space while the rest of his team looks for picks, looks for opportunities out through mid.
If this cam gets broken, John is going to struggle massively to maintain info in this area.
The all offloaded. Buzz is going to use the overdrive to try and barrel his way in. To the side again, we know.
John can't
भाई उसके ट्रिप्स देखो ना कहाँ के भाई सिटी और बैक साइड वाले
To the back now, that's a Hunter's Fury to
Wow,
stop.
what a trip,
up, though.
bro.
Caught up. Buzz deals with it nicely, and they've given up full control towards the back of the site. Sentinels. Open space here. but now they're gonna try and make
पूरा
this one
कंट्रोल
take
दे दिए
back
सन
into the
ने
market area. This is going to put the pressure on the Mako. Paranoia and the
अरे
stun.
माँ
All
कसम
perfect. Alternating the lanes. Buzz is going to have to play up into their face with the right click.
उसका पूरा अल्ट जाने दिया भाई इन लोग ने
Stave off Foxy9 in through the back of the site, up and over as well. Too many targets to overcome, yet still.
He got
Foxy9
one.
dozens himself, another one. But against the weaponry, you got to think.
Ooh.
Inevitability, potentially.
Oh,
Shots
whoa.
granted
Nice,
by
nice
Flashbang.
eco. भाई ace
So
क्या
Bale,
second में
Seconds ace seals up. Round had just that slightest amount of danger.
भाई ये बहुत easy game होने वाला है ऐसा लग रहा है
A day of firsts here for Zekken. Picking up Neon for the first time in 2024, and also, weirdly enough, his first ace of 2024 as well.
Which is wild.
Absolutely bonkers. I mean, he's been a phenomenal
Wow.
player all season. He's only gotten better, actually, as the year's gone on.
भाई उसका ये पहला
He's
ace
still
है
an ace this year, pulls it out. In a round, actually, where there was some serious danger, too. Sentinel's macro setup had left B completely open. They had to get back in there. And it looked a bit tough. John doesn't have any armor.
Forgot it.
Now, of course, John's going to buy armor.
PKMC का मैंने PKMC किया अब तक
Time clutch, almost falling into the IGL debuff. Through a bit preempted potentially, but it does push DRX away. They don't want anything to do with the towards the end.
अबे इसने ऑफ भी निकाल लिया अभी लग गए
Operator in the hands of Zekken. He's got a sight set now. And he's
Let's go, Sentinels, easy, one side gameplay.
The market crunch.
ये हमारा flashback
Full control
3
of that area
2
of the map.
1 bye bye अरे
Zekken maintains that composure.
ये
Doesn't
side
take
वाले
the
मरेंगे
shot,
अभी
just
एक तो मरेगा
shoulder. But
3
there, but
2
doesn't expect that the player's already out. The misinformation there for him.
John QT मारेगा they are not expecting him easy अरे यार
Already Sentinels have dropped 2 players into the mix.
एक at least एक
Now with all the answers
nice
for it,
saucy
still Sassy, he's there. Full spray down to the operator. That was dropped down into main from Prior.
Here.
The post-line positioning of DRX. We slow it down into the moment now. Just looks impeccable. Last one. Just Celsius to stand against it, and he's not even able to save that rifle and scurry away with it.
कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है
Back in it.
कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है ऑपरेटर गिव अवे हुआ इसके वजह से हारे राउंड बाकी कुछ नहीं कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है नाइस ट्राई इट्स ओके भाई मेरे को पता नहीं था आज मैच है मालूम मेरे को लगा था कल मैच है
This time Zekken was there with an op. But also Market has got nobody really playing inside of it heavily. They're playing very massive setups over towards the B site. And DRX have just started taking all of that space. So I agree with this decision coming from the Sentinels coaching staff. John QD, sorry.
मीटिंग टाइम 5 मिनट
That's the coach.
Yeah, could be John.
सेंटिनल्स ने टाइम आउट ले लिया भाई फट से क्या सीन इतना जल्दी टाइम आउट
And I think it makes sense because at this
Makes
point,
sense, yeah. Of course.
and they're starting to vacuum up free space around the map. So if Sentinels
भाई अंकल स्कर्ट पहनते क्या मस्त लगता है ना भाई उनका ड्रिप लगता है क्या जो भी है 5 मिनट में मीटिंग वालों 5 मिनट
a hard anchor in market. Maybe
That means last man standing.
kind of
Oh, Hangyum
play
Namasita मतलब last
Celsius
man standing
and
होता है.
second as a 3-man stack to go and take B main control at the start with that one way in the start.
5-3 स्कोर है बे, 2 राउंड्स आगे सेंटिनल्स. अभी इधर से उन लोग को एक राउंड नहीं मिलने वाला है, खाली बुकट टाइम आउट ले रहे.
When you're in the lead like this,
चलो भाई, come on, टेंस को छोड़ दो, टेंस को छोड़ दो उनके ऊपर, मार देगा. नहीं है DRX से पॉसिबल ये. चैट ये खरखर आवाज तुम लोग को भी आ रहा है क्या गेम का? मतलब वो उन लोग के स्ट्रीम से?
I mean, DRX were doing a lot of contact plays in through B main, not using too much util.
Wasn't really contacting though. They were breach flashing. They threw a recon. Like they were sometimes stunning as well.
Now you're seeing it.
कुछ तो उनका सीन है, मतलब उनका सीन है.
And this setup designed to try to catch John Cutie. He backs out of there early on, and Zekan's taking contact in market with his op, hoping that DRX again.
वो कितना आगे बैठा है भाई सॉसी. लाला गेमर. लाला गेमर. Always hold those angles. एक मारेगा. अरे यार ड्रोन किया.
I like this. You push Sassy off the angle, you make sure that Sentinels do not have info in this side of the map, and then you can go back and re-hit over towards B.
It's over.
It's absolutely looked like B has been the favorite side for DRX to hit, and I don't expect this round to be an exception to that. Do they get
players already inserted?
Do they get a free cross on mid? Is Celsius going to try to contest? Looks like he's not thinking about it currently, but they could walk into the off.
चलो सेकंड के ऑफ में आओ, सब लोग आओ, चलो 1 1.5 और एक चालू.
Yeah.
Why दो फ्लैंक आ रहे? What, that was a team blind? वाह माको, वाह.
They've got no pivot options.
3 जने पे. Stoply. भाई टेंस मारेगा ना.
Sees as well as dodge Duke, but trade inside at least from Tens. Now backs himself away, retreating.
Easy round. Easy round. Beautiful.
Make the most of it, but with only a few seconds to remain.
Easy, magnificent.
All just ran out, ran dry. Have to back away, keep these guns.
Wow.
Into the next.
तू किसको सपोर्ट कर रहा हूँ? जी.
They're being hunted. Celsius punished though.
चलो भाई लोग, ये मीटिंग का टाइम हो चुका है. मैं अभी म्यूट जा रहा हूँ. ओके.
Good tag timeout. Small adjustment, not a large one like I was suggesting. Just a minor adjustment of where the operators played, but a good read that DRX were going to go for another one of those B splits. I think DRX should have adjusted that though. I think, you know, when your opponent's when you just won a round with a B split, and then your opponent takes a tag timeout, I think you should probably be adjusting as well.
Right.
And not just going back into a very similar B split strat. Zekan looking like he wants to take the orb towards B main. It's a difficult area because that's where DRX have been putting most of their early pressure. But this time, the side split, and they force out Paranoia early on. This all a distraction for Mako to slink through, and what a timing he's found.
He slipped straight past, hasn't he? Could deliver the blade to the back. Necessary to open up this A defense, but Tenz is still holding it down himself. Out for the elbow angle, but second punished. Now they know at least that they've lost control of this one. Knives are out, full running away. Mako needs to play for his life. Does he know that Sass is already up onto it, dodging the flash? The IGL doing the most. Standing up to that challenge and the pressure, and even just picking apart the players. Celsius had no chance. Head on a swivel, had to look in either direction. Just gambled incorrectly and forcing a save out of John QT.
Beautiful set round that DRX have pulled out there. That's the kind of thing that I wish they'd done straight out of the tag timeout, when you know that Sen are making adjustments, but nevertheless, a great time to run it here in round 10 as well. All of that A pressure early on, allowing Mako to get a really deep timing, and they even had a second layer of Flashback going for the more conventional lurk timing too.
Yeah.
If Flashback had died there in mid, with that duel he'd taken, it wouldn't have mattered actually too much, because Mako could have still been that knife in the back. And DRX love doing these double lurk strategies. They run those fairly often on bind as well on their attack side, though of course we're not going to see that in the series today. But watch out, because Mako and Flashback can be a deadly 1-2 combo on the lurk.
Yeah, I'm curious if Sen are going to be adjusting their setup as well. That top mid angle has been left pretty real estate, pretty open for most of the half.
And DRX have not been really exploiting it too much, apart from the round we just watched. They've mostly been trying to hammer through B main, through A main. Worked mid for that. Might be part of their conditioning to focus heavily on the extremities to begin with, trying to loosen up mid, and then grab a couple rounds towards the end of the map, or the end of the half. Tens now has the operator, and another 4 stack on A. I'm not sure about this kind of setup. It's leaving B not just weak, but passive. Even if the Sen players rotate over to help John, they're probably still going to have to give up market and B main. They're not going to win these areas back.
Seems to be at least part of the game plan whenever a bit of Rolling Thunder online, or Buzz has the overdrive ready and waiting into his hands. Flashes through as well, sent flying as well, but again it's that open sight, shock darts, at least removing one portion of it, and they know where the second trip is. Buzz knows roughly where it is. He's going to leave it up though. Go for the plant anyway, now retreating into that ever lovable B main post plant.
Would be a good time for Sentinels to go for some kind of mid push.
This is slow from Sen.
It is.
Against the Rolling Thunder, I feel like it could be some worries, but a Nightfall at least gives them peace of mind. They know that nobody's hunkering down onto the side. With that lurk spotted, flashback down and out. Norofef gives them full information. Rolling Thunder has to be used nice and early here. Paranoia alongside it, sees to the feet. Aftershock into the corner. Overdrive, let loose. Zekken trying to get explosive, trying to get electric. John QT trying to play himself in, but he's fallen asleep at the wheel, and a few straight bullets surely needs to end the line, but his DRX players are all gone in the end. But time, as I said, got a little bit too slow from Sentinels at the beginning of that.
That's a rough one from Sen. They had the right ideas, but they didn't hit the gas pedal early enough. I'm not even sure who gets the credit there for the clutch. The Red Bull clutch on DRX goes to one of the players that was left alive towards the end there. Was that Foxy9? John catches the lurk. They know what's going on, but this crunch into B main, a little too slow. And also I think Foxy9 does a great job there of picking up Sassy. I think he was right about to get half on the spike. Even then, I think they didn't even have time to get half on it towards the end there.
Ball util was just too strong. DRX walking in to the B site for most of the time, and now again trying to heavy conditional, at least pull some util out through the A main fight. Have been doing this quite a bit.
Zekken takes the op back. Was on 10s for the previous round. They're putting so much emphasis early on stacking players A on the defense to get somebody posted. It is working, but DRX once more start moving their way towards B main. They're never really worried about taking this part of the map. And it allows them to run these B execs pretty simply.
Yeah. Drone's used very far back just in case there is an offer into the B main angle. That's what they're anticipating. Clears most of the space again.
Tens not playing market this time. On the backside spot. It's new for him. Can he anchor?
Whoa!
Not a chance!
That's rapid from Buzz. He takes out one of the star players of Sentinels. No worries, no qualms. Up through mid. Flashback's still going to be opting in to try and play that backstab role and position. Tucks himself to the corner. There's a door in his face, and he can hear plenty of footsteps, plenty of rotations. Now he becomes that insurance policy. Buzz. Angle trains, but he's missed that timing. Still doesn't decide to hold himself up onto it once more. Overdrives here, just to try and get Buzz out of dodge. Smokes up in their faces. It's an unusual position to be playing in, but still with a Rolling Thunder. Aftershock all combined through. Buzz has been unaccounted for, and he's spraying them through. Seltzer's half will not save you. That's a 4-piece and a flawless finish to the half. DRX drag it back up to 6.
What a finish for the Korean team here. 3 in a row, 4 out of the last 5. Making those adjustments and recovering beautifully. Oh, that entry is amazing from one of our best players so far at Champs.
It's been electric between both of these teams as well, and I'm sure it's just going to keep on going even into that second half.
Oh, come on.
Trade in any phone in any condition guaranteed and get $800 off the new Galaxy Z Fold 6. Only on Verizon.
Red Bull gives you wings.
couldn't be looking at a more even half here, 6-6. And yeah, I mean, these teams going blow for blow as well. Lovely adjustments by DRX, I think, as well, spotting out some of the weaknesses in terms of Sentinel setups and what they were running themselves. Just enough to be able to make it that much more competitive.
The players that I'm watching heading into the next half, it's that big duelist matchup. Zekken and Buzz. We just saw in the final round, Buzz hit an unbelievable entry.
Oh, yeah.
And he's been fantastic. The last month from Buzz has been unbelievable in terms of his form. Zekken continues to be a top 5 duelist in the world, in my opinion. And we're getting to see him on Neon today. What's the value difference between these two players? DRX start out with a triple stack, looking to try to control mid. Broken by that one smoke that TenZ places. Looks like they're going for a re-clear.
Yeah, I think that was the goal as well from Sen. They sent out the Paranoia, but no, or at least the Prowler, I should say. Here's the second one. Mako spots it and players, so he needs to give up that space now, back away, play the rest of his team in, of which they have arrived. And so this might just be a bit of a skirmish and a scramble now, and a scrap here with the util, blinded up second, spamming away, praying with the ghost in hand, still returns with a 2, up from the side, Buzz is definitely dealing out, and dishing back that action straight at them. JohnQT shuts him down, gliding round, flashback, doesn't quite dodge the flash in time, and he has got a lot to do in this spot, 2 to overcome, and it's a little bit too much at that.
Sen respond with a pistol of their own, bringing them into the lead again in this opening map. Really nicely played one too. The pathing from Zekken, I like it. The follow-up on the Paranoia is great, and it also, in this position, he's defended from A-Link. That cover stops him from being shot while he can focus on players in backside, and John trades people out in this round very nicely. Buzz needed to hit another world-class shot in order to win that one, and just couldn't quite find it in the moment. Pistols like that could end up making all the difference. Here you see a more traditional position from Flashback. Notice at the beginning of this round, the way that he was throwing the cam into B main early on. These cams, the one that's just above Zekken's head, these have huge value. That's why he's trying to break it in this moment as well. But we didn't really see John go for that. John was sitting really passive, so he didn't get caught by early round util. Flashback's willing to take the risk. We'll have to see if Sen can punish it once rifles come online in later rounds.
DRX is going to be late to the party here, still holding for that util just in case there was a player catching that contact. TenZ, it might be the mark that they were looking for still. He's got that rifle well trained, and the rest of his team in position, taking that space. Any aggression just punished almost immediately.
A nice idea. Buzz got caught by a flash just as he was looking to try to take the fight. Here's the final player on DRX, caught, taken down. Clean.
Yeah.
All of these weapons carried forward. TenZ is going to be able to drop that Vandal and buy another one. So they should have plenty of damage in terms of their arsenal heading into round 3. Can Sen put together another bonus round? I say another. They haven't had one in this match yet, but against Gen G, 4 out of 4 bonus rounds converted.
It's insanity. You know, even the most consistent teams in the world don't really get them with that much. I mean, not every single one available, they just grasp. Now, see if they can do it again against DRX, the lone hometown heroes.
Not trying to run an early play there to punish Flashback.
Haven't cleared the cam either. Trip was a little bit too high, but does get broken in the end by that aftershock. And again, free reign over towards the site at second. It's already making sure to lead that one for his team. Very much the spearhead. Paranoia's be used, gliding its way out to push back some of these players as well, but time has been bought. Plan only just going down. Here's a fault line. Might be that punish in sight, not quite. In through the back though, not anticipating it. Zekken! It's beaming them all down. Just with that Spectre in hand still, it's evened out. 3 versus 3. Rifles in a few hands as well. Yeah. TenZ, pixel angle. Full confidence in his own aim. The Paranoia just missing, sliding straight past Mako with the adjustment. Foxy9 defusing, needs to be spammed down. Few taps to the bullet. JohnQT cannot find him. The 1 round just under the nose of JohnQT. Stays alive at least towards the end, but that's DRX essentially stealing it.
Sen got themselves into a post plant there. It was winnable, but they've also done really solid damage to DRX. DRX actually might even have to take an eco after this. Zekken got more value than you would expect, and yes, the trade-outs were good. I like the idea of throwing a trip, actually, from the retake team as well, so that the post-planners can't push that final diffuser. All right, DRX are not going to take an eco, but spoiler alert, 3 Guardians out to play. The economic damage coming out of that bonus is pretty huge.
It's very much pulling over towards the scraps. Now to double face over towards Buzz. He just cannot stand his ground against it. Mako willing to square up, but the aftershock out and away with a Prowler. Now the fault line. You can see the layers of the util is just a little bit too good. And the flash was dodged by Second. Not enough, though, to win that fight out. Toxi9 delivers a death blow, at least with a few stray bullets once more. And this is putting an immense amount of pressure in through the back of the site. Dart needs to try and help out these players and push them back once more. Foxy9 with the aftershock. It is good. Sees now through the back once more. Sen trying to find these marks and targets potentially there. It's a rich environment. Sassy creeping, hopping over. It's watched by Bane. Can't win it. Damage done. Pre-fire onto the corner. Immaculate. In the motion, 2v2. Bullets still remaining. Sassy can make a play with it, but opting to back away and go for the reload.
Tens has spike.
Find you.
Now they're going for the refight. Tens does have the spike. If the Haunt maybe went a little bit deeper, I think they would have gone for this one, but they got to watch every angle just in case. Flashback's lurking. In through behind. Tens now planting in for that backside control. Real uncomfortable post-plant for Sentinels. It all comes down to these first shots that they hit and bullets exchange through the walls. No kills yet, but spraying them down. Skewered in place. That's Sassy. Blessed in the moment.
I don't think he even realized that second player was there. You saw him flick his crosshair away and then double take. Wait, did I just win the round?
Yeah.
All of that prior damage done. The Guardians were actually still hitting though for DRX. 3 kills, all coming from the Guardians in that round. Just repositioned towards the end from Tens. You saw that?
Yeah, he did. Definitely looked away. I mean, listen, better lucky than good.
Guys, we need to dumb this down.
Okay, we're not going to hear the exact strat, but prep for something dumb coming up. Now, I think what he means by that is keep it simple, right? Not necessarily stupid, but just go for the execs. They're not able to hold on. Fall back into some classic B post plants as long as they don't have, you know, massive ults to be able to work with. And that's what Sentinels have gone for. They've already done massive eco damage across their bonus, and now following up in round 16.
Making sure that they can use some of that util. Here's an overdrive offloaded again, but a rolling thunder used in kind. There was no tap there onto the spike to force it out early. Then just opted to use that one themselves. Just hearing these. Oh! What is that? Shock darts rebounding. Foxy9 now defusing, sticking. Needs to be defended, but the bullet spam again. Right in through the smoke, just finding all sorts of targets, but just Bane left alive despite the heroics. And not enough to do it. Be able to get some damage, and it is nice with a 4-piece to finish. But still another round accrued, added to the tally for Sen.
I could not tell you how Bane's managed to get a 4K in that round. Where did the shock dart come from?
I have no idea.
How was there so much follow-up? A double kill from that. All right, but as you say, fairly irrelevant when all things are down. Take a look here in the replay and see what happens. 1 HP they're brought down to. So just a huge amount of damage from Buzz's ult. Followed up with a shock dart. Okay, but as I say, somewhat irrelevant at the end of the day because Sentinel's economy is flourishing, and now we get the rifle round. Sen, ooh, that's missed.
Yeah, that's supposed to land onto the wire.
At the end of the day, it doesn't matter too much. Again, wasn't clearing out any positions that Haunt didn't.
Sen still with full control over towards mid. DRX looking to at least contain it. Got a crossfire setup, at least they did. It's now just down to Buzz. He's the one who's got to hold this one down. Might be calling for some backup here. Second squares up, faces the challenge. Buzz is dropped in that head-to-head.
What an electric entry.
Give me a corpse.
Cage up top. Smoke in the face. John QT is desperately hunting for an ult. That is precarious, but barely escapes of his life. 3 stray bullets not enough. Not a nightfall. Up and around Bane. Taking a peek, swinging wide, does win it now against Sassy, flashes again, overwhelming out through the back. This is Bane still helping him out. Dart up and over, it's going to be broken in the end. Spraying him down, Second is a menace right now, he's an absolute menace. But Foxy9 just cannot bring it over the line.
These rounds are coming down to the wire. Sentinels trying to control the chaos. You heard it from Zelsis earlier on. Trying to keep things simple, and yet there's multi-kills going all over the place. Bane followed up from his success on the eco by being able to get a couple there that were massive, and Foxy9 almost managed to accomplish the impossible. But it's Zellsis who stands strong, and Zekken delivering far more than should be asked of him so many times.
We did it, baby!
You can feel that, man, the vibes flourishing for Sen.
And another eco for DRX. Their economy's been a massive problem for them on the defense side.
In shambles.
Ever since kind of snowballing off that bonus, which DRX did manage to actually prevent Sen from winning that round, but at what cost? They've just never been able to get their eco online since.
Taking too much of a knock. Gotta go. That pressure out over towards A as well, DRX. As we've been saying, the economy's not good for them right now into this round. They want to shore up the A site with bodies. Praying it might be enough for them, but okay, and that actually is still. Shots rattled from the Sheriff, unable to claim that kill. 10 is out in the open, there's no way he's still alive. But backs himself away, they want nothing to do with it now. Too many signs of life from the DRX players. And they've realized it entirely. Flashback, desperately trying to retreat and try and shore up the defense over towards B, but John QT's already snuck his way in there.
They already know where all 4 players are. They know that there's nobody on the B site, and John, he has to not over-push this. If he gives it away,
आ गया मां कसम क्या मैच चल रहा है भाई.
Gun here still in through.
अरे मीटिंग चल रहा था भाई लोग एक
DRX, a Hail Mary is called and asked for.
Heavy meeting चल रहा था.
Bane, dynamic as a duo, and a clearer path to success instantaneously.
11-8 भाई साहब. Thank you for the 40 JDM.
They're trying to stack it. 3 bodies. Is it going to be enough? Beautiful by DRX.
Garpetins. Sorry
what a
yaar.
sick play. God, we've been waiting for one of those for so long. 3 bodies surrounding the spike. Tens can
यार चैंपियंस लेकर जाएगा मेरा भाई देख लेना. जेडीएम भाई बोलते 40 रुपए देगा. चलो आ गया मैं आ गया. मीटिंग हो चुकी है. अभी मैच देखते हैं भाई लोग.
To the brink, it feels like, in terms of the decision making.
टेंस भाई का लो लो गेला मैंने देखा अभी.
Rapid, right? The tempo of this game has gone up dramatically. If Zellsis wanted to try to simplify
welcome back.
it might be beneficial to run some slower rounds.
Zekken भाई को बिठा दिए ला.
The neon in the mix and the way that Zekken is trying to
भाई सेंटिनल्स हार रही थी क्योंकि मैं नहीं देख रहा था. अभी भाई आ चुका है. अभी इजी जीजी लिख दीजिए.
Always playing high tempo and then DRX.
इजी जीजी लिख दीजिए. सेंटिनल्स अभी वन साइड जीतेगी.
We saw that wrist does pay off.
अल्टे भाई पे.
They go full throttle and already catching kills.
माको सो गया.
49, potentially no long for this world, and yes, ran down with a follow damage of Sassy. Running gun here, but Spain does return the fire. Turns the kill for the trade, buzzes straight back into the tent.
बस थ्रो कर रहा है.
Drop in, and now it is getting messy. Dart has to be dealt with.
अबे निकल गया राउंड भाई. निकल गया इको राउंड निकल गया सेंटिनल्स का.
Needs to lock and hold it down. 3-piece. Tens in that 1v2.
अबे टेंस निकालेगा.
2-piece forward, flashback. Has his teammates back.
ये क्या टिपी की है वो टेंस आपने?
In the mud already today. These rounds are absolutely bonkers. A timeout call for Sentinels, and I think it's the right decision to go for.
It's got to be a slap on the wrist, I think.
Honestly, the fast play, it worked. It's a cool strat.
Excuse me.
Big value. Zekken's entry was marvelous too. Buzz overheated there.
Yep.
It all just came down to these 2 frags from Bane. Being able to stop John QT and Zellsis trading that out over towards A-Link defines the round, but even though the high tempo scrappiness is not necessarily
come on, Sen, let's go! Let's get them.
I think just slowing the pace down a little here.
भाई लोग टेंशन. अरे तुम लोग टेंशन क्या ले रहे हो यार चैट? टेंशन क्या ले रहे हो? सेंटिनल्स वन साइड गेम प्ले. थाने मीटअप बट दिल्ली मीटअप वेंट. आई गॉड. भाई लोग थाने में कौन-कौन रहता है? अपना मीटअप होने वाला है 17 तारीख को नौपाड़ा में कंप्यूटेक में. तू आया और 2 राउंड गए सालो. मेरे वजह से नहीं गए ये राउंड. ऐसा लग रहा रहेगा तुम्हारे को सिर्फ मेरे वजह से गए. तू मत कर सपोर्ट. अभी मेरी फेवरेट टीम को मैं सपोर्ट भी ना करूं. हाँ? ये है फ्रीडम मेरे को. कल इंडिपेंडेंस डे है भाई, और अब तक मुझे चैट से इंडिपेंडेंस नहीं मिला. थैंक यू गुरसिम्बर भाई फॉर द 40 रुपए. हसन हारनी नहीं चाहिए. नहीं हारेगी भाई. फुल सपोर्ट.
Set the stage nicely for Sentinels to get a lot of these rounds here. Still holding on to the lead of 2. Their own map pick.
Buzz looking to try to contest over towards B. Spots out Zekken, decides not to. Trip broken. We'll see a lot of these Sovas have great lineups like that. It only matters really though if you're going to go for that mid-round mid-push. Or late-round mid-push.
All grouped up through B main by Sen, but second-guessing themselves.
They haven't gone for the ult orb onto Zelsis. Perhaps hoping that they can get that post-plant ult orb up. Just by Zelsis driving the spike into the ground. It's slow from Sen. I mean, I think this is absolutely what Kaplan's told them to do, is slow the pace.
अभी तो buy round है बे Sentinels का. Zelsis का ult है. Let's go भाई. Come on, finally.
They haven't taken any elbow control or
अब
pushed
निकलेगा ना भाई.
back off his line. They do have B main.
DRS पे ults नहीं है कोई.
So it's not completely passive from Sentinels yet, but hard to see where they're looking to end unless this is a B split.
It's pings for a smoke.
Info ले रहे, info ले रहे Sentinels.
You were talking about.
But now Sassy.
But info ही नहीं मिल रहा कुछ.
The trouble is, it's too little util. It just feels like a fake, and I think that DRX noticed when they're still going to be holding it down. 3 players now anchoring over towards the B side. The camera catching that contact, and the other players taking up residence out.
Alt करते Zelsis 3 जन alt हो जाएंगे भाई.
This one. Beautiful stun, that's Buzz trying to make the most of it, up and through, not expecting the flashback was there, and holding all the angles, smokes, spam through, 1 out.
मेरी गलती नहीं है.
That's 5 alive,
Zelsis की गलती है.
flawless finish, and
ये
it brings
Zelsis की गलती है
DRX up
भाई.
to 10, now 1 step away from
ये Zelsis की गलती है, Zelsis की गलती. मेरी गलती हो ही नहीं, है ही नहीं. 980 रुपए भाई साहब.
Send it over to Bind there. DRX crossfires.
Thank you so much, Shubh bhai, for the 980 rupees. Happy Independence Day, भाई. थाने में कितने बजे मिलने का? थाने में कितने बजे? मैं 12 से 6 बजे उधर रहूँगा भाई. Thank you for the 980 रुपए लाला. Love you.
Now, Sentinels are finding
Happy
themselves
Independence Day in advance.
Rifle round, eco round. They need a big play here.
अच्छा Zelsis पे ult नहीं था क्या? तो उसकी गलती भाई और क्यों नहीं लिया उसने?
DRX are making a very strong comeback on defense.
Love you, bhai. Thank you so much for the 980. मेरा भाई शुभलोल. शुभलोल लमाओ. Eco round. Sentinels is known for their eco rounds, bro.
Going to be challenged here.
Oh, good stun. Mako dead. Let's go. Run him down.
To get the hell out of there.
Oh man.
Damage
Oh
does
shit.
away. It's barely just cutting him up. Enough for him to stay alive here. All in Thunder, it is committed, and this is an abundance of util.
Oh my Mako!
Very much all in by Sentinels, and they need to come up with the damage and the goods already. That counter util comes out swinging. DRX with the stun to supplement
Come on,
the defense.
show them. Show them, Tens.
Players have not been dealt with. Tens does cut itself up, just cannot land it as well, even when he was trying to control his aim down. With the smokes dissipating, open angles, and the spike in the middle of nowhere. No weaponry really to speak of here for Sen.
The round's chalked. DRX have maintained control. The 4 players that stay alive have got to credit this round win to the one who died.
Oh
that shot
my
from Mako
God.
was outrageous. He got hit by the breach ultimate. And you might think that's a huge investment for Sentinels. Clearly a mistake based on them losing the round.
थाने में कहा है मैं घटाने में ही रहता हूँ. कंप्यूटर थाने डालना. नौपाड़ा में देखो.
Until that happened.
भाई क्या शॉट मारा है माको ने यार. माको played it so well.
How has he done that? I mean, he's stunned up. I guess it's just the cosmetic stuff.
What is this chat? What is this chat? Why are these chat telling me to move back? Huh? Excuse me? I have independence.
Really for Sen.
Independence Day है कल.
He said it's 11
Salo.
DRX. Found that footing and more. Money flourishing. They don't have to worry about it for any point now of the regulation of this map. Stuns. Ricochet.
Let's go Zekken. Easy. Easy kill Zekken.
Pass that one, but it does just chew up and tag up onto John QT. He's going to go down to the kill.
Easy kill.
Reveals all of them. Down up and over.
कोई दिक्कत नहीं, कोई बात नहीं.
Drop in the end, but Bane is right back at him. Able to help him out with the trade. It's all just gone to pot right now for Sen.
My God, come on.
Tagged up Tens. Doesn't stand a chance there. TPs to try and at least obfuscate where he might be going, but it's tag still in his face. Dodging the flash, but not enough. Crossfire. DRX now just needs to take that one more step.
DRX's defense on B is so much more effective than what we saw from Sentinels when the sides were swapped.
OT.
The cages, the trips, all finding value, allowing them to play for backside control, and the flood that comes in from the rest of DRX to support onto Flashback is fantastic. Sen can't really get through. They're trying to break the trips, but they still get caught by both of them, and they're never taking backside. Can Sen pull out something to get us into OT here?
Stray bullets going to be exchanged. No kills. Adjustment by Buzz with the shot.
Good info, but Buzz picks up a rifle now.
That's the benefit of being rich.
There are many benefits to being rich.
Oh, of course. We won't get into it. Smoked up though, through the face. Buzz is still going to try and be rooted to that spot here.
Oh, I know this play. I know this play. I love this. Come on.
Held from either side. If Foxy overextends a little bit, no, just looks away.
भाई 10 से फाइट मत लो, 10 मार देगा खाली पुकट. गया Foxy. गया Foxy गया.
Step over it. Instead it's Foxy9 tearing them to pieces. Drops his idol. Zekken was up next, on through the chopping block, and he might have just done enough. 3 left to stand for Sentinels to pull it back from the brink. There's 40 seconds left in the round, which is some time to work with, but again, they don't have the players and not even really the weaponry at it. Walking their way through its contact plays to see if they can get themselves in for the front of the site. Celsius sticking, sees denied. John
OT! Let's go OT, baby!
Bane's also dropped in the process. Flashback!
OT! John QT, absolute cinema. Nom nom.
Pulling it back.
DRX cannot afford to lose this situation.
Easy.
This was a 5v3. It's crumbled away from them. Foxy9, the player who managed to get those 2 openers, is now asked
OT गया, सालो OT गया, जीतने वाली है Sen. तुमको क्या लग रहा है मैं पनौती मार रहा हूँ?
Into this B main post.
Aftershock still for Celsius too. Time pressure is mounting. You can already hear it. The spike is ticking. Foxy9, straight flash, but he needs to get half, and he needs it now.
The stick.
That's the only wink on Foxy9. He's got it at least, but tagged up, stuck up. Mako, spam and sprayed. He will not survive. Overtime. It's almost preordained, man.
Switching sides.
That is the miracle that Sentinels were looking for. 5 rounds lost in a row. A 3v5, losing your 2 hottest
कंप्यूटर क्या करने आ रहा है? अबे वहाँ पे Viewsonic का इवेंट है.
Sassy's support. A kill, a nightfall. John pushing into backside.
उधर ऐसे कॉम्पिटिशंस होने वाले जो जीतेगा उसको मॉनिटर मिलेगा ऐसा सब.
Sen now get a chance on their defense. The sides will flip.
2 राउंड के लिए भारत छोड़ दे लिखता है. अबे साले.
Aggressively over towards B.
ये क्या है भाई?
4 players A in a lot of the rounds. They're not changing things too heavily up here.
अबे ये RCB स्क्रिप्ट है सालो. ये अभी Sen जीत जाएगी. टेंशन मत लो.
10's anchoring.
Just towards the tail end, I think, of the attack side round to DRX, but they spotted that mid was the weakness in the setups for Sentinels.
They also thought, though, that market was the weakness.
Shot that through. Wall up and over. That's a
Smart है, Sentinels smart है. John QT Mike, baby. He's smart, he's smart.
Hold his ground, but he's being swarmed. Not expecting that position. Flashback, rapid onto it, but Buzz has been cleaned up through the back of the site. 10's is no more.
कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है. 4v3 है. 5v3 निकाला था last time.
His team's still at a player advantage. If they get this, Foxy's 1 away from his rolling thunder. It's a hard enough retake to pull off anyway, even without the breach ult.
DRX are fully aware. Just have to play their lives. The util is avoided. The TP by Mako is cheeky if he opts in. Fakes it. Tap from Zekken. No full committal. They're scared of the mid flank. Fall is there. Snap back. An adjustment from Bane. With the rifle in hand. Dropping Celsius. Sass's got to do so much more now, but already that time, and now the mid lurk. It's what they were anticipating, expecting. They know that nobody's on it. DRX should have done this.
Easy.
Into that 1v1. Circle shrinking. Sassy forced to stick. And Flashback handed that absolute slam dunk finish.
DRX have another map point. They found that hole again. Up through mid. The way that John is playing around mid and market, he's not aware of these timings. He either needs more support or a little more awareness of how DRX are going to be putting pressure towards market and mid at the same time.
Yeah.
And a beautiful identification of the holes once more in Sentinel's defensive setup. DRX have found the answer, at least to get things.
अबे सैड क्यों हो रहे हो तुम लोग? अबे और एक ओटी जाएगा. भाई मेरे पास स्क्रिप्ट है, सेन जीतने वाली है. भाई तुम लोग रो रहे हो खाली पुकट का.
point.
Satak, thank you for the 9 rupee on Google Pay. I love you, मेरे भाई.
Sentinels to put one on the board on their attack side.
भाई अटैक सेंटिनल्स का टॉप है.
Vacuuming up the orb.
अब देखो सेकंड कैसा उड़ी मार के उड़ी मार के जाएगा.
Leaving a player in B main inserted, or might just opt in to go for over towards the A site. Sassy was tagged up in the midst of all of that. I believe by the drone down through mid, wanted to break it as well to threaten like his team was taking mid control.
Definitely feels like they're getting set up for
पराग मेरा इंस्टाग्राम देख इंस्टाग्राम स्टोरी उधर लिंक दिया है.
The intention.
Sound made. Mako. Hearing most of this one, even sent the stun flying, a little bit of a precaution there from Foxy9. The trouble with the A side is as well, you have to kind of take it into these two waves.
देखो 4 जन साइड पे लेकिन बोलोगे ना फ्लड नहीं करेंगे अंदर ना. देखो फेक हो रहा है, फेक सेंटिनल्स ऑन टॉप बेबी.
Give up B main control this entire time.
DRX have heard them leaving, but Buzz.
ये गया, बस.
Haunt over.
गया.
Peace of mind here for Sen. Trying to make their moves now out through market again. It's just fakes on fakes, but I think this is just indecision, hesitancy. 20 seconds. His head for Sentinels. You have to make a play in. I mean,
कोई बात नहीं.
position.
They won't panic. Nice kill.
Through the rifles in hand as well. It has to be mechanical ability. You're down to 12 seconds. But still these players.
Nice, easy round.
Close up.
Easy round.
9. Spamming, spraying, praying away. Time has to be stuck in tent. He holds
easy
it
round, baby.
9, barely alive. In the double digits.
Easy round, baby.
No long. That's 13-13. And talk about cutting it close for Sen, man. That is absurd.
क्या बोला रे भाई मेरे पास स्क्रिप्ट है.
Completely scrambled. These attack rounds that they've put together in round 24 and 26 are nothing short of miraculous. They shouldn't be getting them across the line. When you're running in with only 15 seconds left into a stacked A site, DRX should be able to come out on top of that and get the Sen.
Aim.
The Sen rifling mostly, being able to come out on top. The trading was decent. But I don't think they're going to be able to put together rounds like that too often. Feels absurd that they've managed to do.
Yeah, it's just not consistent. Change up from Sentinels though. Opted into that B main control, at least early on. Trying to use the smokes as well to hold and lock this one down out through market. Here's a battle, and here's a skirmish. Celsius postured and pushed back, at least traded into play. Second, straight damage a bullet, at least through Foxy9. He might have done enough to
Easy for tens, baby.
Barrel,
easy. Call it a GG, boys. GG's in the chat.
Position out wide, Foxy9 cannot adjust it in time. Down to that 1v2.
अभी तो भाई अटैक तो सेंड निकाल रही है तो इजी है ये.
Opportunities, but the C's no connection. Just out of range, doubled up.
High low कर पे.
Surely does it, winning it. ADS Sassy.
Easy.
Barely there in time.
A big one for Sassy to win.
Very easy, very easy.
What a time. He's been struggling towards the bottom of the scoreboard this map after an amazing champions. He's managed to put his team up to their first map point. DRX is going to take a tag timeout. That was a very different defense setup. Need to change up their defensive
Gustavo, let's go!
Gustavo Gotti!
This time, they put
WL
and Celsius hard anchoring inside market.
Thank you so much, thank you so much.
The whole map. And then Tens is also in B main. Swap the Cypher onto the other side.
A
massive difference in the defensive setup that caught DRX completely off guard.
अरे मेन चीज ऐड नहीं की जेला रुक. कंप्यूटर थाने तो डाल. कंप्यूटर थाने में मीटअप है.
Conditioning. I mean, you can tell DRX are working off the prior information during the regular
Starting में कंप्यूटर थाने डाल.
Market area. There was a hole for the Sentinels defense.
भाई इनके हाथ नहीं कांपते. भाई कांपते. बहुत ज्यादा कांपते इनके. साला कोई भी चैट नहीं पढ़ता इगोइस्टिक स्ट्रीमर. अब बोल. चल पैसा दे अभी. पैसा दे चल.
And I'll tell you, in these big rounds late on, it's been Sentinels who have been grasping those opportunities. I've been talking about the rounds as miracles, but they're also scrappy, chaotic moments where the players with more experience are coming out on top. And if you want to frame it that way, yeah, absolutely.
थाने में मीटअप होने वाला है भाई लोग.
Have been able to crack close situations across the line from
Sunny के साथ. लाला मेरे लाला. कितने तारीख को है? 17 तारीख. 17 तारीख को. 17 तारीख. सैटरडे को. Exclamation meetup.
DRX are going to have to just win this round just to get another round.
Let's go!
Another go of OT. I believe for the first time in this map, Sen have now played the
कोई नहीं है साइड पे भाई लोग. GG's हो जाए चैट में लाला.
Yeah, spam though, sprayed. That's Mako. Lucky. Short angle, pure instinct on display there with that kill. Stray bullets and spam only just connecting now to Sassy, spotting them out. Trips are going to be broken, but planned at least down. And now might be that second wave of things. It's a Prowler stun into the corner, looking to lay claim to the life of one of these DRX players. But now here comes the util. Flowing through, C is going to be used in kind as well, pushing them back still. Player disadvantage here for Sen. A lot's going to be asked of them. One way into their face, Sassy
GG!
stands his ground,
Chalo,
and Mako just cannot withstand this. Flashback,
2v3.
Bane, drop down low to Cade.
Finally भाई, finally. क्या बोला मैं?
Will be no more. It's a
क्या बोला मैं?
15-13
Fake
finish
script
to the
है यार.
opening map of this series. That experience shining through.
What performance, what tenacity from Sen.
GG Sen! Sentinels on
Winning
top,
the
baby!
majority of those really close, scrappy rounds towards the end bodes well for them in the rest of this match.
It does, certainly does as well, but it just about take away their map pick. Up next, Haven. Don't go anywhere, you know, you don't want to miss it.
अरे तुम लोग को लगता है यार मैं सिर्फ ऐसा लग रहा रहेगा ये ऐसा ही आंडू पांडू सपोर्ट था नहीं ऐसी बात नहीं है दिल से सपोर्ट था भाई माइक गया आ गया माइक सालो हाँ मैं ये बोल रहा था दिल से सपोर्ट कर रहा था मैं जिंक्स विंक्स नहीं कर रहा था तुम लोग को चैट में लग रहा था भाई मैं जिंक्स कर रहा हूँ ये कर रहा हूँ वो कर रहा हूँ यार तुम लोग कब समझोगे यार चलो आ जाओ इसी बात पे अभी देखते हैं अपन चैटअप्स अभी अगला मैप क्या होने वाला है भाई लोग कोई किसी को पता है कुछ खबर है किसी को क्या सीन है अगले मैप कौन सा है
game today.
हेवन हवाने है अगला मैप हेवन पे अगर आप लोगों को नहीं पता सेंटिनल्स इज अ फ्लॉलेस टीम सेंटिनल्स ने अब तक है ना रुको अपने हिस्ट्री में कितने मैचेस खेले सोचने दो 86 टाइम्स सेंटिनल्स ने हेवन खेला है अब तक वीसीडी में पूरे वीसीडी में लाइक स्टार्टिंग से अब तक के बोल रहा हूँ मैं 87 टाइम्स वीसीडी में सेंटिनल्स ने से हेवन खेला है एंड 87 आउट ऑफ 87 एक सेकंड नहीं 87 में से 86 टाइम सेंटिनल्स जीती है और वो एक टाइम जो हारी उस टाइम इसलिए हारी थी क्योंकि टेंस का कुछ तो लफड़ा हो गया था बाकी कुछ नहीं भाई लोग मीटअप कहाँ है कब है ठाणे के कंप्यूटेक में है मीटअप जो नौपाड़ा ये इलाके में है ठाणे वेस्ट में और वो मीटअप का टाइमिंग 12 बजे से 6 बजे तक है तो वहाँ पे फीफा का कंपटीशन व्यूसोनिक रखी है और मॉर्टल कॉम्बैट 1 का रखी है और जो जीतेगा उसको मिलेगा व्यूसोनिक का मॉनिटर और फिर गिव अवेज वगैरह भी बहुत होंगे ऐसा विषय है समझ रहे हो हेवन पर लास्ट 2 मैच हारे हैं डोंट जिंक्स इट ये फॉल्स बातें फैलाना प्लीज बंद करें Oh, क्या बात है What a setup भाई ये क्या टेबल है ये क्या टेबल है भाई ये क्या क्या रखा है इधर ओ अच्छा वो ये यूएसबी का हब है ब्रो इज अ गिटारिस्ट भाई इसी बात पे गिटार बजा दो भाई हमारे लिए वाओ व्हाट ए ब्यूटीफुल सेटअप Zeus thank you so much for the sponsor welcome to the Pow Game भाई Zeus नाम के 50-100 लोग क्यों मिलते हैं मेरे को सब Zeus ही रहते हैं चैट में Wait a second, bro. You're capping. मेरा टॉप 7% में है। तुम लोग आंख बंद करके चिपका दिए रहोगे भाई कुछ भी। ओ वाओ भाई क्या वाइब सेटअप है। ए ये वाला माइक कैसा है रे? ये वाला माइक कैसा है? मैं सोच रहा हूँ ना ये माइक एक बार ही ट्राई करूँ, क्योंकि मेरे एक दोस्त के पास है ना ये माइक था। ये बहुत सस्ता माइक है क्या, और लेकिन ये माइक का आवाज इतना मस्त और क्रिस्प आता है ना, मेरे दोस्त के पास है। तो उसका वो जब भी मेरे साथ बात करता है ना डिस्कॉर्ड पे, मेरे अंदर तक आवाज जाती है भाई। तो वो मेरे को काफी अच्छा लगता है। मैं सोच रहा हूँ वो माइक लूँ। लाइटनिंग फास्ट, नहीं इसका क्या नाम है? कुछ तो लाइटनिंग ही है ना। कड़क कड़क भाई कड़क। ओ गेमर क्या बात है भाई, मैं गेम खेलता हूँ फोटो मार। लाइटनिंग मैकविन, सॉरी सॉरी। टुनटुन मौसी का चेटअप। माय सिस्टर स्टडी सेटअप। भाई लेडीज लोग के चेटअप से ना हमेशा भाई तुम लोग देखना अपना कैसा रहता है कि अरे भाई इधर प्लेट पड़ा है, इधर माँ कसम, इधर बुक्स भी इधर ही पड़े है, इधर जो भी है मतलब जो इर्रेलेवेंट चीज है ना सब पड़ी हुई है ऐसी। ये देखो मेरे टेबल पे, ये देखो हॉर्लिक्स सर का ये पड़ा है, पट्टी, ये सब कुछ भी पड़ा है भाई, पैसे पड़े हुए हैं, सब कुछ पड़ा हुआ है। लेकिन लेडीज लोग के चेटअप में देखने का भाई सब पूरा पिंटरेस्ट पे है ना, जैसा रहता है ना वैसा उनको चाहिए रहता है। ये देखो क्या क्या चिपकाएला है, ये देखो। और क्या लिखा है, द फ्यूचर डिपेंड्स ऑन वॉट यू डू टूडे। ओ भाई देख रहे हो ऐसे भाई एकदम ऑर्गेनाइज रहते हैं लेडीज लोग। ये देखो भाई पेन वेन इधर डाला है। मेरे को तो पता ही नहीं रहता कि भाई मेरा जो मैंने आज पेन लिया कल गायब हो जाता था। ये देखो इनके पास कितने पेन है, क्योंकि इज्जत से रखे ना इन्होंने, इज्जत से रखे भाई। सीखना चाहिए हमें, कुछ सीखना चाहिए। सालो तुम सीखो, मेक इट हैपन गर्ल, शॉक एवरीवन। भाई साहब कल का स्ट्रीम बहुत मस्त था भाई, थैंक यू। ये पट्टी बजाऊंगी आपके घर, जिंक्स किया, मैं कभी जिंक्स नहीं करता। 3x3 टूट गया था गिर के। ये वाइट वायर हेडफोन की है, इसका कोई जुगाड़ है? अबे क्या बोल रहा है ये? 3x3 टूट गया था मतलब? ओ बॉय, अच्छा ये हेडफोन की वायर है तो इसका कुछ जुगाड़ पूछ रहा है। नहीं नहीं इसका क्या, इसका अगर कुछ जुगाड़ है तो कैंची से काट दे भाई। भाई लेकिन सेटअप तेरा मतलब हेवी है भाई। मॉनिटर मेरे को बहुत पसंद आया तेरा, क्या बात है। अच्छा अच्छा क्यूब 3x3, अच्छा 3x3 होता है वो, 3x3 नहीं होता भाई। 3x3 लिखना उधर। ओ नाटूरो माय फेवरेट जी। आओ मेटिव आफ्टरनून शॉप 19 नवंबर 2015, इंक्रीज इन टिकट फेयर। क्या है ये? चोडिंग चल रही है। रैंक गेस ब्रो, योर रैंक हैज टू बी सिल्वर। भाई ये माउस के साथ कैसे खेलने होता है तुम लोगों को दोस्तों? अलग बात अगर मतलब दूसरा माउस रहेगा ही नहीं तो। ओ भाई का शर्ट बोले H&M ड्रिप, H&M में डिट्टो ऐसा ही मिलता है। लाइक किया है क्या रे? किया है चुम्मा। लाइक करो भाई लोग, लाइक करो यार। कैसा है, लाइक करने वाली पब्लिक कम है आजकल अपने को। सब है ना डिसलाइक और जेलस होते हैं मेरे। बोलते हैं यार ये कैसा इतना अच्छा खेलता है। भाई तुम लोग को मालूम क्या, मेरे को एक चीज़ समझिए, मैं गेम खेलता हूँ स्ट्रीम पे ना तो मैं एकदम बेकार खेलता हूँ, लेकिन जब मैं ऑफ स्ट्रीम खेलता हूँ ना गेम, मेरे गोली निकलती है ना गन से डायरेक्ट हेडशॉट को लगती है सामने वाले के। मैं इधर उधर एम करता ही नहीं हूँ, ओनली हेडशॉट्स लगते हैं। तो भाई मैं रेडियंट जाता हूँ ऑफलाइन, जैसे ऑन स्ट्रीम आता हूँ अचानक असेंडेंट। पूछो कैसे? क्योंकि भाई मेरे को ये समझ गया है कि चैट है ना मेरे से जेलस होती है, और वहाँ पे है ना उसके घर पे बैठ के वो कुछ तो है ना भाई करता है मेरे ऊपर, ये जिसकी वजह से मेरा एम अच्छा नहीं आता भाई जब मैं स्ट्रीम पे खेलता हूँ। तो अभी तुम लोग को मैं प्रूफ भी कैसे दिखाऊं? नहीं दिखा सकता, क्योंकि जब तुमको दिखाने जाऊंगा तो टट्टी खेलूंगा। आज नो फ्लेक्सी, ऑफिस का सेटअप, आज सिंपल घर का सेटअप। भाई के ऑफिस में अलग सेटअप है, अलग गेमिंग सेटअप बाय द वे, और भाई का उसके घर में अलग गेमिंग सेटअप है। इसी बात पे लाइक मार दो भाई, 1000 लाइक के लिए 3 लाइक चाहिए। सेटअप तो है लेकिन भाई कुछ भी बोलो, मजबूत। चालू हुआ क्या? टकला बॉय चमकीला, मेकिंग अ गेम अर्ली स्टेज। ओ बॉय, अब गेम बना रहे हो? ये लॉकर है? नहीं, ये जेल है। ओ भाई, जेल एस्केप कुछ बना रहे हो आप। Zekken on Neon again?
Look at these guys doubling down on the Neon. Double Neon. I like this, but this is still a risky pick, right? DRX, they even banned it the last time against Fnatic.
I love these Neon looks, though. We've seen other teams in Americas playing it, so I'm sure Sentinels has faced this comp in scrims. On the attack side, you can beat the pace of a lot of these lobby control ideas that DRX loves to show. Zekken is fantastic individually on this agent, and this is also likely going to throw off some of the prep for this Korean squad.
Yeah, there's going to be, of course, a lot of action on A. I think that this has holds a lot of resemblance with the crew match, because one of the pivotal points for them not being
3 बारी के लिए सेंटिनल्स ये मैप।
The playoffs, and now throwing a spanner in the works in map 2 against DRX here. They could take down both Korean squads and move on.
All right, over to you, Brian and Sideshow. Have fun.
Definitely looks like it's going to be a series that I think delivers on multiple levels here, because as well, I mean, all this talk about the map pool as well, it's weird that we've landed at Haven as a
Foxy, my god, wake up!
In the past, but in DRX's case, they did get run over as a by Kesnet on the Neon.
Wake up and
just
leave.
Absolutely steamrolled.
Yeah, I'm thinking
ticket निकाला है ना उन लोग का।
Just gave there with Golden Boy and Jen.
Let's go, Sen!
He's gassing up the fact that they're super confident on Haven. They banned it recently. They got destroyed by Crew. Abyss was the obvious pick here, but it looks like they were scared that Sen had it as a trap. Sen have never shown it. So now we get this clash. And DRX will be hoping that that Neon pick for Zekken doesn't end up doing the same stuff that Kesnet did.
It's a counter with the fault line as well. Attempted to punish that
हगने वाले भाई, हगने वाले DRX बेकार, मेरे को ऐसा स्मेल आ रहा है। अभी देखो अंदर आ गया, एक गए, जमा हो गए।
Ricocheting, rebounding, the smoke's already propped up into the faces, but
जमा, पूरी टीम जमा।
Smokes getting into the angle, shotguns are clear, all these possibilities.
जमा, सब जमा।
Just Mako 1v2. Difficult scenario, jumping, spotting Zelsis. He's hunting for the information to try and set up tens. Round, hopping, skipping, looking for the easiest. Fights here, isolated Mako. He's still alive. And Zelsis, he's gone, scurries away.
By well played by Zelsis, bro. He won the round.
Fight there, not when it just goes all topsy-turvy.
Mako is going on the long flank around as well. This could actually come down to who just gets the jump on the other. A pure timings game, a read of where somebody might end up.
Late कर दिया Mako ने, तो अभी काफी easily readable है कि वो.
It's going to be weird for both players in this spot.
Zelsis is going to be feeling uncertainty, I think.
What is he off to?
Yeah, Mako.
ये कुछ मतलब का ही नहीं है ये इतना बड़ा लर्क। वो Zelsis expect कर रहा है। Zelsis उसको inside expect कर रहा है।
Down to a couple of stray shots here, and it's all about if he just sets his side onto it, but he reveals his hand early. Smoke, it's dropped down, 21 health. Again, stray bullets could just cause it. Defeat in the moment for the pistol. Mako would have to be that 3-piece.
Oh, shit, yaar.
To the pure elation of the crowd, it's a pistol round here for DRX.
Less than 2 seconds available.
भाई लोटा यार spam कर दे भाई Zelsis क्या कर रहा है?
Understand how weak Mako was in that spot. Didn't see exactly who done damage to Mako.
क्या कर रहा भाई?
But if Zelsis had landed a couple bullets himself, he wouldn't have that info relayed to him by the rest of the team. I guess with these kind of shots.
Zelsis ने ये थ्रो किया है। वो डबल फायर जो था ना वो Zelsis ने ही छोड़ा भाई। टेंस तो बराबर टेंस डिसिप्लिन में खेल रहा था।
The Red Bull clutch pulled away.
We knew it was going to be a big ask. Some of the vets on TRX. Mako and Buzz to step up. To take it straight to them. I mean, Buzz right there. That is so precarious.
Short-range headshot with the Outlaw.
There's a lot that could go wrong.
Zekken did manage to get the better end of Buzz on Sunset. I mean, just outperforming, outvaluing. But Buzz has been outrageously good so far. The last month, it's been bonkers from him.
टेंस का एम सिर्फ डीएम में नहीं चलता। क्या टेंस का एम सिर्फ डीएम में ही चलता है? अच्छा तेरा भी चला ले भाई, अच्छा होगा.
He wiped them away. If you allow Buzz to get rolling, and if you put an operator into his hands, on this defense side, he's going to get tough for Sen. Very tough.
He's already building up to it with that outlaw. Definitely feel it, but...
अबे ट्रिप मिस किया.
But also quite a lot of respect given too, right? DRX not having anybody that just keeps the pistol into this round. So these
easy side.
Bonus.
Yeah, with that investment. The TP's up over the top here. Tens has potentially found himself a slight gap, but no, players are just weaving in and out and around him.
Nice. Let's go Tens around.
Not quite, so Foxy9 puts him in his place.
Sassy going around.
Winnable. Arre yaar.
Team ace.
Good cleanup. Only one player is going to be ecoing in this round for DRX. Otherwise, a bonus that's got some bite.
सब सेंटिनल्स वाले क्लासिक पे लेविएटन का गन बड़ी क्यों लगाया? क्या मालूम, कुछ तो रहेगा भाई उनका बेट.
I was about to say, it's tough to know who should be expected to be a favorite in this map.
Right.
DRX have been better if you look at what they've done on Haven all year.
Hangyong Namasita.
Recently, that game against Crew just stinks.
भाई लोग सब्सक्राइब कर दो जरा. मतलब कैसा है तुम्हारा भाई? पता है तुम लोग को अभी किधर है? मतलब
It should be a really good map for them. Like Tommy was talking
बोलता नहीं हूँ मैं हमेशा, लेकिन
He's got to be careful here because already a short control, relatively lost. He's got to hear this drone now and should be calling some form of backup. Very deep committed smoke as well. Drone only just being broken. DRX happy to give this one up actually for the retake. So it's pulled a lot of util out of Sen, anticipating that they could be anchoring.
I like that clear as well. Great stun that Zekan throws out. Tens teleports up to punish anybody that might be tucked short. They've clearly put some thought into these Neon execs.
चलो buy round, first buy round निकाल लिया Sentinels ने already 2-1.
Sidestepping most of this util.
I don't think so they'll be able to. ये क्या dash किया है वो? ऐसा जीतेंगे वो लोग. अबे छोड़ दो गेम.
Have a hard task at least with these players, dodging and weaving up and around here. Does set him up. At least flashback for that kill. Zelsis.
Nice. Easy.
Just follows the trail loosely.
Yes, that's how you're gonna take that trophy, Zelsis.
Damage done to the economy.
Go Gamer.
Absolutely true. 2 rifles were all that Sentinels managed to escape with there. But only 1 Bulldog needs to be bought, and Zelsis is getting pretty close to his Rolling Thunder. So I don't think this is as bad as it might first appear for Sen. Zelsis, speaking of him,
wow,
the aftershock that he used in post-plan basically won them the round. The whole point for DRX there is that they're supposed to explode in off the retake, follow up on the buzz. They couldn't manage it. Zelsis there reaching for the trophy in real life as well.
First round DRX का और ये बॉय क्या स्टन था. Whoa!
You can't be hitting those!
Getting away with a spray transfer, one fully stunned.
Onto 2!
Yeah, it's definitely a day of first, mate. I mean, I've never seen anything like that. And Sassy with a re-exploration, he's seeking to offset that disadvantage, but DRX...
What was that?
Going back at them with that firepower.
And a great set play to crunch onto A lobby as well.
What was that?
Against people that were shooting back in that spot. He was shooting against people that were blinded up, and yet it's still so impressive, the mechanics on display there. Here's that paranoia thrown out from Mako, but the follow-up from Buzz, genuinely unbelievable. The spray control, even just on the distance is amazing, but then to catch second.
That's ridiculous. I do love a good delayed A-lobby fight.
If you let this guy get rolling, he could walk all over Sen.
A again, back to back.
To be able to match him pound for pound, and with the hero rifle in his
Sen को A पे ही राउंड मिला है, तो अगर A ट्राई करते तो निकल जाएगा. इको राउंड है Sen का, बट कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है क्योंकि अल्ट्स बहुत लोड हो रहे हैं. तो भले अगर ये 4-1 होता है तो अगला 4-2 तो 300% होएगा.
Any players, Mako? Got a feeling that that's leaning over towards B as well. Bullets landing, not dropping him though. Dodging around. Just the drone is going to be used up and over. Dart through the back as well. Big reveal. The posturing sent away. Now looking to lean there.
Nachare lewa
side. Flashback is there, ready. He does have the rifle towards the back, but is it going to be trained well enough? Expecting tens, just in time, but it's traded. And seconds here. Right
easy round.
He did a reign supreme.
अबे निकाल सकते round. Let's go, easy.
John's picked it up.
Ult आ गया है. Good ult. Let's go. Well played.
Again, these DRX players, Bane
Easy.
cannot escape.
हो गया round. भाई साहब निकल गया.
Back into it, trying to take that fight. Plenty of players that are weak, but Mako now forced to concede up that space and concede
इधर ही 3-2 देखा भाई ने बोला.
What a thrifty for Sen to be able to pull out. They only had one Vandal to work with, and Zekken made use out of it. Cool macro idea as well, called by John. That fake into B. John had already taken the space in garage and was ready to break the trip.
Ecod ho gaya, ecod.
As late as possible.
They just got ecod.
But they did DRX dirty there, just taking them out one by one, slicing off a single player at a time, and then gathering up the guns as they went to pull off the MasterCard Thrifty.
Bam, 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 bam.
It's a dangerous element, I think, of Sen's overall game plan.
Wow, what a shot.
Really planned, but it's their ability to just jump on opportunities when they're presented to them.
Absolutely. And that's what Buzz is trying to do at the end there as well, right? He's trying to find that timing right before the neural theft comes through. Buzz, Blade Storm in hand, gonna be popping that one and trying to get value out of it in this round. And then maybe working his way up to an operator.
3 ultimates load up, तीसरा भी ult load हो रहा है.
Reveals up. I don't know where Buzz is, at least with the Blade Storm as well. Sen.
As I said दोस्तों ये round तो Sen का आने वाला है क्योंकि प्लांट पे सॉसी भाई का ult आ सकता है, मेरे को ऐसा लगता है अगर वो और प्ले रहे तो.
Completely clear, double kill trip on site.
फिर बहुत मेजर ults आ जाएंगे.
As well. Stun again, ricocheting cages. At least to try and help out the anchoring players. As Flashback is going to try and get themselves tucked into the corner. Once more gliding. Second. There's no more, despite the paranoia was quite good. Aftershock now will clear out this player. Flashback. It's a miracle that he even gets the one, but Mako just trying to break the ankles.
क्या एक मार रहे भाई.
Unexpected angle. Buzz is right there. Blade Storm. He's slicing and dicing. No kills.
अरे बच्ची. 1 HP पे TP मार रहा भाई ये.
The TP barely out of dodge.
They had 10 HP between them there, the final 2 players on Sentinels. 10s with the majority of that. Still only on 8.
It's still alive, guys. It's still alive.
Rex, like you said, it's on 8 HP. Drone saved for a rainy day. Will clear through most of this one, so Tens could not play the off angle like he was hoping. Now just holding it. Shallow into the play. It's going to have to be pure, perfect, precision, whatever you want to call it.
Oh,
Buzz is there, instantaneous with the trades.
यार
looked like Tens was posted on the right line, but Buzz is good for it.
भाई Tens खुद ये क्या उसे कहते हैं पनिक हो गया भाई. अगर हिलता नहीं उधर ही रहता तो मार भी देता वो. भाई क्या फाइट हुआ ना बे सी पे.
It was all that the RX could do to hold on. Did manage to push things across the line.
पनिक हो गया भाई थोड़ा सा.
At least to give him an opportunity and a chance in that spot.
कोई बात नहीं. अगला राउंड अपना है. टेंस भाई कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है. 3 अल्ट्स आए, बहुत मेजर अल्ट्स है अभी.
To go for the operator himself.
Interesting.
So here comes the
okay, 3 अल्ट नहीं है, 2 अल्ट है.
They've smoked off their own ult here to disguise the fact that Buzz is going to be playing in this direction. Normally, a smoke in this
बहुत
position
important अल्ट्स है, बहुत important.
going to be playing there. Why would the defending team want
Oh, they are pinging again कि वो C पे वहाँ पे रहेगा.
Send fall into the trap. They're not at all.
Trips.
Zekken भूल गया ट्रिप के बारे में.
Nobody wanted the side to play against it, but the spam and the bullets, yep.
अबे यार.
Bringing them down onto the players. It's a narrow choke.
कोई बात नहीं. Game is still on.
Orchestrated. John QT through the gut of mid, drops down the cage as well because he knows he's getting cleared by that drone. Had to evacuate.
He was in a nice spot to try to listen for any defensive rotates.
Right back to Buzz.
They don't have drone.
I get info. Now smoked off.
एक दिन के लिए टाइम आउट कैसा देते रहे? एक दिन के लिए वो उसको दे दे. एक दिन के लिए.
Meanwhile, John might try to make a play garage.
TP for the info. John did try and make a play, punished. The judge in the hands of Flashback does work out, but Buzz is getting squeezed. But he's isolated one of the fight still, right from behind. Zekken tracking immaculate. He's been putting in the hours. It definitely shows. Zelsis with a plan.
निकाल लिया अबे Zekken ने round.
So it's a 2v3 to get themselves back into this still. Disadvantage for Sentinels. Need picks. You can need them now. Open angles.
No
smokes
spot.
Fade.
I don't think they saw Foxy 9 in heaven.
Holding for the flank.
Oh, they are waiting for result to drop.
So paranoia from DRX, sweeping its way through, dropping down, clearing most of the way. This is methodical by DRX. But again, it comes down to these opening kills. Util into their hands. There was a chance and opportunity here in the TP. Mako is covering this angle. Foxy9 diffusing, sticking. It's already half. Has to lay claim to the kill.
Well played!
Just
well played, boys!
All the way through. Has to shot into the corner. Is it enough? Second, he survives the tap. Again, he needs to land it. The shot from Foxy9
Oh
at time. Just running away from him.
Seconds just clutched that one up with 2 HP to his name. What is that?
Bruh!
Insanity that Zekken survives.
Multiple opportunities for Foxy to try to tag him with just a single bullet. The whistle of a bullet going past him would have dropped him at 2 HP. Foxy couldn't quite find the moment for it.
Bruh, insane bhai. Zekken ne nikal liya
Throwing
round.
him off the defuse. Zelsis also put the fear into him with that fault line. And Sen clutch 2v3. DRX, they've looked like a great team out today. But in the clutch moments, in the chaotic, scrappy spots, the Sen player quality is coming out to shine.
That resilience as well that definitely shone through in a Madrid run. That veteran quality that they have ready. Buzz is just caught with his trousers down by the ankles there. He was way out into the open.
And that's the hero rifle finding no value. Smoked off though and recovered. Flashback picks it up, looking to do better. DRX, they went for the flood defend in that previous round instead of trying to have Bane throw out his Hunter's Fury. It is still available, but he's posted up deep. They're constantly trying to get info on Sen early towards the A site.
They're not going to be able to hold on to this though. Bane's already stunned up.
Easy round, boy.
Oh! What a shot! He's holding down the line still. Rifles will make sure.
Easy eco, easy eco.
Onto the flank.
And the hero rifle was flanking the whole
time.
Bad
trip. Oh.
Wow! Wow, mere bhai!
Giving away at least one of them is back here.
Kya
Trying
baat
to
hai.
sound bait to make them forget about Mako. No, don't worry guys, really, it was only me, the Cypher. And he can also save this weapon, hoping that someone falls into the lap of Mako.
Lap.
This is Sen.
Mako ke lap mein to mujhe bhi girna hai.
DRX have got no chances left in this round.
Might be a good thing for DRX that they just walked into the trip too. Sen might not fix it.
Yeah, it's interesting. There's a couple of different trips that you want to go for. That trip is actually still really good for defaulting over towards C and Garage at the start of the rounds. Because it still does block, like Buzz if he wants to push up deep onto an angle in A lobby. It'll stop you, you know, getting pressured from behind.
Yeah.
But then when you go into A, you really want to be picking that trip back up and replacing it near the mid window. Because that stops that flank as you commit to the A side coming from behind. But to be honest, little details like that will very easily get lost in the middle of rounds where stuff like timing is much more important.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be sitting around messing with the utility if you have a split second you need to commit. DRX are going to take a tag time out here.
Yeah, pushed into the point where they do need some corrections. Part of it is that, you know, even when they've just given everything to get Buzz, this operator, into his hands, he hasn't been able to get value with it.
Yeah, and part of that was because they posted him over towards A shore, and Zekken ended up jumping across the sight line. They smoked him off. They actually got that information he was playing A shore. He wasn't given a shot. There's no shot that was possible for him to take. You're never hitting.
Hashtag DRX win. Didi, I am so sorry, लेकिन आपको अभी बुरा लगने वाला है because DRX हारने वाली है.
To be getting value in order for this DRX defense to start running away.
भाई कल तुम्हारी पहली बार स्ट्रीम देखी, very interesting. अब सब्सक्राइब कर दिया. Love from Tane, love you baby.
One of these blinding games. So where do you put him? Where will find the most value?
Especially if he's being mitigated. He's going to have to switch it up. They've tried to hide their intent, I think, by, you know, like we said, they put the smoke towards the back of A lobby, they put a dart in, it makes it feel like it's an A lobby fight. As you already mentioned, why would you smoke off your own upper? Hoping that somebody will walk into it, but
nobody did, and then they cleared him really effectively in the late round, even though they'd used drones. So, you know, if Sen are going to be really good at dealing with him on A, maybe you should be not putting him to fight short again, but that's what they're going for.
Yeah.
Same play.
He's got Foxy9 to at least break the dart. Cammed up, though. Hunter's Fury. Here's a play to be made. Rolling Thunder!
Okay, हो गया.
Ducks to The target practice now for Zekken.
Zekken मार रहा है. Easy round for Zekken. भाई मेरे को नहीं लग रहा अभी DRX वापस मार पाएगी इनको.
Up close into the corner position again, and a stray bullet spam back and away to right bullet him here, but
क्या बात है Saucy? अरे Proxy, अरे भाई 1v1 आ गया था. Saucy ने निकाल दिया भाई.
And listen, could have gone either way with the way that DRX was shooting in those
तीनों
final
लाइन में
moments.
मिले Saucy को.
But he just about puts the bow on it.
I like the way that Sen took control of the smoke, and you're right, DRX started shooting back, but Sassy stepped up. He's had a great tournament so far. He had a very, very slow start to sunset, and I was worried that today we might not see champions winning level Sassy.
This if we try harder.
Hard enough. With the power of friendship.
Maybe that's how Sassy's getting results.
Oh my. And again the economy takes a fall here for DRX.
आप ladies जैसी बातें क्यों कर रहे हो?
Not falling prey to it. Not again. Instead, working away over towards B now, knowing that all that util was used. Mako to be the potential of that timing. Straight shot.
fake kill है भाई.
Undercommitted.
भाई C मिल गया, free C.
They're weaker by, yeah, they're all the way through.
Oh, what a shot by Mako. Wow, Mako baby.
Potentially winnable.
3v3, but eco है, ये नहीं जीतेंगे.
Buzz.
Nice stun by.
Stay safe in through the back of the cyber bodies, just poking out, opening up, gliding
wow.
through, spraying them all down.
Bhai sahab.
Sentinels now.
Shadish, thank you for the 10 on Google Pay.
They've got a great read on what the defense is doing. Even the magic from Mako couldn't stop that round. Sen go in, they fake the plant over towards B, bait out the rolling thunder on an eco round from DRX. And does it catch a single player? I don't think so. They were out of there so fast. Sassy picks up a beautiful lurk kill, and then straight through to C. They know it's open doors. Their attack calling at the moment is remarkably good. And this is looking like a map where DRX, I guess, have been banning it for good reason, at least in the game against Fnatic, because out here today, the scoreline makes it closer.
Oi, Buzz, tera Buzz mujhe jeene na de.
Camp to take it, spots a few players, but surely not one
yeah,
for this
world.
Buzz.
Abhi nahi bach sakta.
Stuns up.
Yeah,
yeah. To survive. Oh my! Buzz does not quite get out of there, but the damage is done. Painful strike back here to the Sentinel side. They thought that they had all the answers and options for it. Operator retrieve, flashback. Make short work of John QT. Tens is still here, but not for long. Drop down to 30 HP. Jump in with the classic. Drops him back to that spectator seat. So, DRX, maybe that's the key to victory.
Buzz will give you those, I guess. You called it out. He needed a no-scope to be able to survive that situation, and hits it. He was stunned up. He couldn't scope in. What is this round? This is the value that they've been looking to try to get from the guy, but I didn't think it was going to come this kind of way.
Kya gameplay, bhai ye?
All of the ideas there are still good from Sen. They just get outplayed.
Kya gameplay, bhai?
Possible for an even half, and I think that would obfuscate a little bit of how much Sen have been in control. But if DRX can get round 12, that's an amazing starting point.
Oh my god, that strain. Mako is gonna get punished. The util in his hands was just too late. Overdrive.
Nikal liya. Zekken ne nikal liya. Ult matlab nikal liya.
Hold a candle to any of it. Buzz has got to drop players and will do so at that. Chops off their heads, and they know where the final few are. Inevitability now rearing through. That is decisive by DRX.
2 slam dunk rounds to end the half. Completely upturn your expectations of what was going to go on. 4 in a row.
Bhai, kaise ud gaya bhai Buzz?
Short at the end.
Buzz kaise ud gaya itna danger? Kya chamati bhai?
Those final 2 rounds from Buzz
6-6 half हो चुका है दोस्तों. आपके कैलकुलेशन के हिसाब से, आप लोगों के कैलकुलेशन के हिसाब से, what is going to be the full time score? देखो 6 ऑल हो रहा है, बराबर है 6 ऑल. अभी फुल टाइम होगी 6 ऑल के बाद. अभी देखो इको राउंड आएगा. पिस्टल तो भाई सेंटिनल्स वन साइड जीतती है, तो 7-6 तो वन साइड हो जाएगा. फिर तो इको रहेगा सामने वाले का, तो फिर 8-6. ठीक है, तो फिर चलते रहेगा चलते रहेगा चलते रहेगा चलते रहेगा चलते रहेगा चलते रहेगा. बैक एंड फोर्थ. पहले ये फिर ये फिर ये फिर ये फिर ये फिर ये. मेरे हिसाब से ये 13-11 होएगा एंड सेंटिनल्स विल विन इट अगेन. 2-0. Sentinels win. अबे जख्म कौन है? Sentinels 300% winning this series and taking home the champions. Cosmetic stunts. अबे हाँ भाई stunts तो heavy चल रहे. Sassy, please teach my bronze teammates how to play in Shutter. Buzz. भाई Buzz खेल रहा है. आज मेरा बर्थडे. Happy birthday, may God bless you with happiness and lots of love and sacrifices.
Where we started out with DRX winning that pistol round, dragging it over the line, making it nice and even at 6-6 with a few gun rounds towards the end. Very familiar indeed. And the question is, will it kind of repeat the script, I think, as well?
When did he become a Sen supporter? What do you mean, bro? I'm a Sen supporter since the start.
If they manage to win here, it would be dead even between them. But of course, this is an opportunity for DRX to subvert that and start off on a good footing themselves. I've loved watching the clash between the value that Buzz and Zekken have been able to grab today. Yeah. They've given us some
music!
World-class plays occurring. Sen on their defense now.
Okay.
Looking mostly set up to try to stop some kind of B pistol round from DRX. DRX, at least at the beginning, are going over and taking some long. This is what they were doing against Gen G in Pacific very regularly. They take this control and then reset, and sometimes go into the exec. This time looks like they're going to commit, which would be a lot of pressure on Sassy.
Yeah, and he's way out into the open right now. There's really no signs of it. He's going to have to play off to the side. Some timing to be taken, so...
40 seconds now until the next recon, though. And that's a big tool to not have for the retake.
Come on, Sentinels.
Waiting for that one. Zelsis, Aftershock, down and out.
Retake simulator बहुत तगड़ा है. There you go, first kill. Second kill.
Inside and in front of most of his util.
Second kill.
And that is an onslaught.
1v2.
Mako left to pick up these pieces and do what he can. Straight bullets, damage done.
Yeah.
Movement hopping around. There's no easy target at all.
Yeah.
And now it's inevitable.
क्या बात है? As I called it, pistol round for Sentinels.
To close that.
Even without the recon online, finding value with drone and then just
refresh Twitch. Okay.
Together. But also, it's making me think about future retake scenarios. Beginning of this year, and Madrid in particular, Sen were the retake team. We haven't seen that level of perfect success yet from them. I mean, they have had some phenomenal retakes when they played.
Tyson, we got this pistol. Tyson.
When they played Icebox against Gen G, it was looking very clean. But yeah, dead even on pistols now, both of these two teams.
Alright, अभी Sentinels का buy round है. Buzz ने outlaw निकाली है for some reason. क्या फायदा इसका?
Potential snacks.
So risky though. He does have plenty.
Tens ने भी outlaw निकाली है. गया ये गया.
Phonepe tumbles for one player still. That's a 140. On either side here, but it was Tens who...
How am I looking in the headphone?
No charges left. To the wayside now, and an open C side. Not the DRX are aware of it. They've slowed it to a crawl. Very cautious. They just spotted a body there. Celsius has been seen, but can't quite stop the gun into his hands and pulling himself in. Alongside John QT. Make the retreat for now. DRX is still not really forcing the issue. Buzz is going to try and lock that down. Zekken, one to the dome.
One enemy remaining.
All danger just evaporates of that. Zekken can stick this one with full peace of mind.
1k likes के लिए 3 like चाहिए.
What a shot from Zekken. 10 HP on Buzz, but if he hits that one shot, it's just basically a fight. Whoever hits the shot is going to win the duel. And Zekken just adds a headshot in there just for style points, I guess. I like the idea from Buzz.
अभी किस पे एक पे तो buy नहीं रहेगा ना chat.
It looks like it's going to be Mako who takes the hit economically.
जैसे मैंने कहा था, जैसे मेरा call था.
Former star player of DRX.
क्या बोला है?
He ends up being the player that takes the knock. Right there. Guardian no armor.
बेचारा Mako.
I guess.
That's gross.
It is. It's nothing to work with really. Aggression by Sen.
Countered quickly, and that tells you that the stack was over towards C, right? The defaulting players were on the C side. If the fault line's going to come out that quickly,
ओए पीछे जा रहे ये लोग. अच्छा उन लोगों को C पे कोई दिखा नहीं इसलिए.
More space right now. I think Sen have missed a little bit of a trick there.
I think the goal was to call us a pivot though over towards A.
But as soon as the fault line comes out as a reaction, you know that they're not quickly running A.
Right.
Oh bye. बोनस राउंड सेंटिनल्स अगर जीत गई ना तो जीजी है फिर. और शायद जिस हिसाब से सेंटिनल्स काम एंड कंपोज लग रही है मेरे को लगता है वो जीत जाएंगे.
Meet them, bullets raining down, lead on either side. Looking to push back these players as well. If nobody's watching into the smoke, Zelsis might make you punish. Still, yeah, watching it. Flash to play him in. Good adjustment. Reactions by Bane. Just flicks and adjusts. In time, Zek can play himself in. Has to worry a little bit about the flank timing here, but I think he's heard the footsteps just scurrying away from flashback. Still a hard retake, nevertheless.
ना वो लोग guns गिराने का try कर रहे हैं Sentinels.
The post plan from DRX does look good.
Oh, they might try. They might try this.
Makes it that much more
ये
difficult.
क्या smokes है?
Here for Sen. Knows the angles, knows the timings, gliding into his face. They do at least do the damage in that regard. Still, it's all being played off site. They know they're off of it. The spike is ticking. 10 sticking. It's a few.
Okay.
I mean, okay, yeah.
भाई मेरे को 1 सेकंड के लिए लगा वो बैक साइड पे ये कर रहा है डिफ्यूज.
That's expensive.
Oh भाई साहब 2 गन गिरे DRX के. क्या बात है. Well played by Sentinels.
No chance of a ninja defuse in that situation.
अब मेरे हिसाब से दोस्तों देखो Sentinels के 2 अल्टीमेट्स आ रहे हैं, एक नियॉन का एक ओमन का. तो
Now we get into rifle territory.
तो नियॉन का अगर अल्ट आ गया तो जीजी अगर ये राउंड में, जो कि मोस्ट प्रोबेबली आ जाएगा. तो ये राउंड तो Sentinels जीत जाएगी और DRX को नो चांस टू कम बैक. सैड.
Little way away from those big ults that we'd be paying attention to. Where did the RX start their default?
That's full on. So no, I did anything
और क्या घुसेला है भाई ये.
All that space that's given up here.
भूख लग रही है अभी heavy.
But they instead just choose to send it straight over towards B's, and aftershock will have to be respected. TP from Mako. Around the world we go as a kill trip in the face, walking up behind it. Spam and spray it down. John QT could get punished. Tries to play.
Just wow! What a stun!
The unexpected play, sometimes the better one. Wasn't Foxy 9.
Let's go. आ गया राउंड. देखा बोला ना मैं.
Out of the picture.
जीजी है.
It comes down to contact plays. For DRX, it's the only thing that can bail them out of this.
Shadows traveling. Look at the passive positions of Sen holding. They're just making sure that DRX don't push even deeper than the sight that they're giving them. Happy to play a retake 5v3. They just don't want to get caught by a lurk.
Ultimate is ready.
And Bane is lurking. It's Ten's job to watch for this.
Trying to play the backstab, flashback.
Cage triggered.
Goes for an attempt of it. Tens though, catches onto Bane. And the options are limited. They know that flashback was posturing himself onto the angle as well. A flash to play Zekin in, cleaning up these players. Nicely done by Sen.
चलो called it भाई लोग. अब Sentinels DRX को नहीं कम बैक करने देने वाली है.
Landed early for Sen on the defense side.
2-0 Sentinels win this.
Is going to be hurting after that one. And the DRX idea there, they realize that there's a huge A lobby fight going on, and so they immediately call the pivot.
आज मेरा भी बर्थडे है. हाइड्रा क्लर जर्ज Khelraay गेमिंग वाईटी.
And I got to think, does DRX expect the breach to be playing in short? Do they think he's not going to be in position there?
But you ran back. I was stunned. I was like, I'll come in there.
Bro got 2.
Talking there about that commitment, committing to the retake, I believe. But DRX are going to take a tag timeout. I didn't like the macro pathing. Is basically how I want to sum up this statement, though, because for DRX to think that they could get that plant down on B, they would have to assume that Zelsis was part of the big in some way was not connected with them over towards the B link. And I don't think there's enough layers there. If DRX want to add another layer to that, then save your flash and dash.
क्या बातें कर रहे रहेंगे DRX? मेरे हिसाब से तो उन लोगों को बातें ये करनी चाहिए कि अभी वो लोग लोअर ब्रैकेट में कैसा खेलेंगे. Oh bye.
But they ended up trying to get a fast play into B. Got caught by
the gamer tanks.
And it was a little fortunate, I suppose, that Buzz and Foxy9 lined up. But if Buzz
headphones कौन से? Razer Black Shark V2 Pro 2023.
They gotta find the advantages in the strats.
The tactics. Macro play as well, but it's a difficult task, right? Mako is leading. He's in a new role himself. I mean, I think we forget that, despite the fact that he's a veteran.
Yeah, it's a good point.
Picking up the mantle of IGLing, it's a real hard just task ahead of him, I think, to go up against a player like John QT when John QT is calling really well thought out, structured plays.
It's interesting because John is new to the tier 1 level, right? At least in partnerships.
Yeah.
And Mako isn't at all, but John's just been IGLing for so much longer.
Excuse me, can we have some sound?
Fight to be taken outside of lobby. I'm sure we'll get game sound soon enough.
4 जने पुश किए सेन के भाई अच्छा लग रहा है भाई ये लो-fi के साथ गेम
hard committing into that A lobby control using the drone to
एक और round for DRX. There is no chance they win this. 7-10.
the way here now. Oh, that's a hard commit. Oh, 180 snapped to the side here. This could be overzealous in nature from Sentinels, but they maintain their composure now, backing away.
I'm not sure they realized that DRX were on an eco round here. There was a possibility that DRX could have forced. That's a risky play to go for when you're on an anti-eco. They've left the C site open. There's still Cypher utility in that spot. See how far back John Cutie's fallen just to make sure he's holding onto space securely.
Flashback still with his rifle as well. He's inserted himself in through the backside.
This is actually going to be really tough to get back into.
Clear up these players.
No one going through the B side. Everyone trying to go through this one way.
With how disjointed it is, but a one-way fails. Mako. Stand off the
Oh,
line.
धन्यवाद.
Use pound for pound though, it's slowing these players down. The rifle needs to get value seconds. He just beams him down.
Oh,
Mako.
my.
Sheriff, wrong target, but he does retreat at least with the upgrade. Now he's going to try and play himself into this 1v3. Off onto the corner. Rifle spam, not enough. Sentinels now up
As
to
I
10.
called it, dosto 7-10.
Risky play at the beginning of this round as well. No punish in sight for it, despite the fact that it could have been that potential.
And Mako
अभी मेरे को लगता है भाई अभी हो गया है. अभी हो गया है. ये लोग को बंद कर देना चाहिए. बंद कर देना चाहिए.
With full health. That was Zelsis. He 140'd him, killed John Cutie. One more bullet in that spot and that's a winnable 1v3 for Mako.
अभी ये लोग को गेम क्लोज कर देना चाहिए. अभी मेरा खाना भी आ चुका है ना.
But risks or no, they
खत्म कर दीजिए, please.
And now a 3-round lead. It is very similar, Brent, to Sunset.
खुश हो गए अंकल.
Even half that Sentinel starts running away with. Can DRX find the comeback as they did in map 1?
The formula seconds in.
कुछ comeback wingback नहीं होने वाला.
Again, not obfuscating the intent to try and fight this one tooth and nail. Deep smoke, locked up in. Seeing if there's a player caught into the corner here. DRX is still looking like they're eager to try and refight this one. The paranoia, but did they expect this one? They don't. Second, he cuts it up. He's already got the Hunter's Fury. Supplements well. Foxy9 still maintains his composure.
अबे कोई मरा नहीं उसमें. सब भाई कितने लोग हैं.
It's good damage, but they have left B open. Flashback taking this timing, finding his way through. Does anyone think?
Expect करेंगे flashback को.
Knives out. Kills need to be claimed.
Never mind. मैं बोला John Cutie देख रहा है.
Tied to the corner again. He will evade most of this, and it is sloppy by DRX.
खत्म भाई. ये मैप में तो चांस ही नहीं दिया है. ये मैप में चांस ही नहीं दिया भाई. ये GG है.
Up to 11 now for Sen, and at this point, it really does feel like full momentum on display.
Momentum is a shifted, baby.
That's such a misread from DRX in that spot.
भाई Zelsis हर गेम के बाद चेस्ट मार के आता है. मतलब हर गेम के पहले चेस्ट मार के आता है ऐसा लगता है.
They just commit to the hit on A, as if everybody's now gone. I think they've just lost track there of their visual map of where the players are.
There's no more really buffer room here that's been built up by DRX to find a path back in.
Celsius has earned his ult. Breach ults on both sides. Sen backing up, expecting that this one would be used over towards A. Trying to posture, make it feel like there's still people there. Seeing if they can draw it out from Foxy9. But this is an eco round.
Right there.
If you're going to use your ults here, could you not
Chalo,
force
7-12.
a little more and stop Sen from getting to 12?
Why they going A only? हाँ ना यार.
There. Again, it all just lands on the shoulders of Buzz. He's the one with the rifle, jiggling, cutting noise, up, down to that minute mark. Sen content to give up most of this space here. There's a smoke into the face of Sassy. He's going to spray them down.
चलो अभी तो भाई ये चालू हो गया है.
Chopping them up to pieces.
खत्म भाई खत्म यार खत्म.
Rebound with a shock dart. It's all collected.
कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है.
Potentially there. And a rifle aim.
Wow, wow.
The sidearm. To put that cherry on top. Flawless. 12th round now for Sen. And this is the series here. Laid in wait.
They're so far ahead of these rounds. DRX are taking a little bit of A-long control, hoping that Sen are going to re-clear into them. Sen are already thinking 3 steps ahead. They're thinking, we want to be way off site here in case this breach ult is coming through. Just in terms of anticipating what their opponents are up to, Sen have been very strong today.
All smiles.
The atmospheres remained light,
Yeah.
even when we were in overtime.
नहीं
on
अरे ये
Sunset, but now
elimination
they've
नहीं
got
है
5 chances to close
अभी
out
DRX
and start moving
बॉटम
on
में
to face
इसमें
the
जाएगा
Chinese opponent.
लोअर ब्रैकेट में जाएगा और लोअर ब्रैकेट में EDG वर्सेस टी में जो होएगा वो जाएंगे EDG वर्सेस टी में 500% 1000% EDG जीतने वाला है तो टी वर्सेस DRX लोअर ब्रैकेट फाइनल होएगा फाइनल नहीं सॉरी लोअर ब्रैकेट राउंड 1
Incredibly well drilled. To let Sassy hold and lock this
इसलिए
down
तू इतना चिल है व्हाट डू यू मीन मैं अंदर इतना ज्यादा खुश फील कर रहा हूं ना मेरे भाई कि मेरी टीम सेंटिनल्स
worried, but Senna going to be trying to play himself back in.
It's moving forward, bro. They are moving forward.
Quick to capitalize up draft. Up Phonepe now with the dash and Lat Util. It is perfection.
Come on,
still the return
easy,
of the fire.
easy. Come on.
Still looking at speed at Thorn.
Come on, Xerxes, get him.
Flash through and out.
Nice.
For it, but he can't adjust in time for Mako. Wrapping it round now with 30 seconds remaining.
Did you forget T versus Slave? The thing is,
this plant tends. Shoulder peeking, wins a fight onto
T और EDG एक ही रीजन के और तो वो दोनों एक दूसरे के साथ 1000 बार खेले रहेंगे तो EDG बहुत स्ट्रांग टीम है भाई T से
ballsy play skips the clearance most of the side as well. He's looking to contact most of the way up through and around, but a knife out back turn. Bane strikes him down.
मैं तो बोला भी नहीं भाई 10 क्लच करेगा चैट ही बोली
DRX kept it simple, kept it honest, a delayed A exec. It worked out. Buzz is going to need plenty more rounds like this.
अबे उसको लग रहा रहेगा लॉन्ग खेल रहे दोनों
to get caught in that spot. Exactly the entry that Buzz was looking for.
चलो भाई लोग लास्ट राउंड है
He's picked up an Odin. He's going to be spamming down short at the start of this round. Everyone on DRX is there.
Last round है
might be Sassy potentially there, but he sends the dart flying back and over. They are getting chewed up entirely here. Hail of lead might be enough. Hunter's Fury seeking to offset this as well. No real connection to the delayed dart up and over the top.
अब तक ही shot है वो. He got one.
Out of this spot.
How is he still alive? And how he can get away with one, bro?
Unrooted players in front of him. Mako.
GG.
Barely alive, but this is it for Sen. Close down the curtain on that one. They are the career killers at this point. Knocking DRX down to the lowest of our playoffs.
A team that can often feel like the protagonists of Valorant's done a heel turn here in Seoul. They really are the villains for this crowd. DRX pushed them on Sunset, on Sentinel's map pick, but it's
Korea killer. Sentinels.
Team on this map. And Sen glide through off the back of some phenomenal individual talent. And our first time watching Zekken play on the Neon, he absolutely crushed it.
27 kills to finish this map. He was flying, but it was all the pieces, honestly, of the puzzle.
कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है मेरे भाइयों.
With the util and
you guys killed it.
Sportsmanship on display onto the stage itself as well. Hugs are going to be exchanged, of course. That's the benefit of the playoffs.
भाई Foxy पप्पी लेगा अभी. अबे यार. Foxy किधर गया? मैंने देखा ही नहीं. मेरे लगा Foxy अभी पप्पी लेगा टेंस का.
And I had a big question for Sen today. Are you still
going to be able to play
as well as you did during that Gen G game?
Interview.
In terms of individual stuff, I was impressed today. Were they a little sloppier?
खेले भाई अच्छा खेले.
But I think their tenacity on Sunset and their clean second
half
should still be giving people a lot of reasons to look towards this team as a dangerous squad in our playoffs.
Nice. Good game. As I called it, babies.
Potential coming out from Americas at this point.
Please show us a good interview. Interview पे Xerxes आने वाला है और बहुत trash talk करने वाला है भाई.
Even more time.
कौन आएगा इंटरव्यू पे कौन अच्छा खेला भाई अपना ये ज़ेकेन ही खेला है भाई सबसे अच्छा तो ज़ेकेन आएगा मेरे को लगता है वो ही डिजर्व्स ब्रो भाई वो दोनों गेम्स नियॉन खेला भाई फॉर द फर्स्ट टाइम वो नियॉन खेलेला है मां कसम
ये क्या बना है? What a chatter. अरे ये तो देखा अपन ने. टीवी वीवर ओबी सेक. क्या बात है. नाइस. कंसोल रैंक. आपका कंसोल रैंक है सिल्वर. मैं नहीं मानता जब तक फोटो नहीं आता. मैं नहीं मानता. अबे चलो गया.
I think we just have a lot of resilience. We knew the first match that wasn't the best version of ourselves, and we knew we could be way better. So the next week we practiced a lot and kept playing, and I just think we're in good form right now.
너무나도 이 회복 탄력성이
덥기
좋은
बात कर रहा है.
팬들이기 때문에 끈기를 가지고 첫 번째 매치 이후에 우리는 이거보다 더 잘할 수 있다라는 확신이
अबे
있었기
젤시스는
때문에
नहीं मचाया
너무
भाई.
열심히 연습을 했고 그리고 너무 열심히
ये बंदा असली मचाया है.
계속해서 이렇게 좋은 폼을 되찾을 수 있었다고 얘기를 하는데요. 그러면 오늘 두 번째 맵이었던 헤이븐에서 DRX의 공략법은 좀 어땠는지도 살짝 물어보고 싶습니다. 워낙 DRX가 설치를 한 이후에 자리 잡는 시간을 주지 않는 팀인데 이 부분을 잘 카운터 친 것 같거든요. 좀 어떤 계획이 있었는지도 물어보도록 하겠습니다. So I want to ask you about the game plan against DRX on Haven, especially because DRX, they're known for not letting you have that time to reposition after you have the plant down. So what specifically did you see in their playstyle or in their strats that you could exploit today?
I mean, they moved around a lot, so we tried to do like little fakes, little things to get them to rotate. They like to fast flood a lot, so we just did our best to get in good positions as fast as possible before they were ready for it, and it just kind of worked out.
워낙에 DRX가 많이 움직이는 걸 알고 있었기 때문에 센티넬 쪽에서
लेकिन legit Sentinels ने उनको भगाया आ गया. बहुत भगाया Sentinels ने.
많이 줬고요. 그렇기 때문에 DRX가 조금 더 헷갈릴 수 있도록 자리 잡는 데 시간이 오래 걸릴 수 있도록 유도를 했었었고 그리고 DRX 같은 경우에도 공격 때 설치를 한 이후에 자리 잡는 걸 굉장히 잘하기 때문에 그런 부분을 못하도록 한 번 더 역습을 치르는 그런 경기를 합니다. 오늘 그리고 제켄 선수 두 맵 모두 2연 네온으로 폭발적인 모습을 보여줬는데 약간 뻔하지만 물어보고 싶은 질문을 물어보도록 할게요. 지금 세계 최고의 타격대는 누구일까요? So now we saw you being explosive on 2 maps in a row on that neon, right? I'm gonna ask you a rhetorical question now. You probably can guess what it is. Who's the best duelist in the world right now? Is it you? Is it you?
Probably Aspas.
아마 아스파스가 아니지 않을까라고 얘기를 합니다. 그러면 이렇게 해서 센티널에 대한 기대와 희망이 점점 높아지고 있는데 이 센티널의 여정에 있어서 좀 경계되는 팀이 있는지 마지막으로 물어보도록 할게요. Sensity, hyped up, hopes are high. Do you feel like there's any team that can challenge you on your journey to host the trophy?
I mean, I think all of the teams left can challenge us. Every team left in this playoff bracket is incredibly strong, so we have to be on our A game all the time. I think, anyone can really.
아무나 다 워낙 이제 남은 팀들이 쟁쟁하기 때문에 긴장을 풀지 않고 열심히 해야 될 것 같고 아무나 센티널을 꺾을 수 있을 가능성이 있기 때문에 항상 우리가 할 수 있는 최고의 경기를 펼쳐야 될 것 같다고 얘기했습니다. 이렇게 해서 제켄 선수 만나봤습니다. Thank you, 제켄.
मेरे हिसाब से अगर सेंटिनल्स को कोई टीम टफ देगी ना तो वो है G2. लेव आई डाउट लेव दे पाएगी उनको टफ. बट अगर सेन को कोई टीम बाहर हकेलने का पोटेंशियल रखती है अभी कंपटीशन में, जो मेरे को पहले से पता था कि भाई अगर एक टाइम पे जेंजी नहीं निकाल पाएगी ये टीम 100% निकाल पाएगी, वो है G2 भाई. क्योंकि G2 के अंदर है ना वो है भाई, वो है. क्योंकि वो लोग के जब आग लगती है ना भाई, उनके छड़ी के पीछे जब आग लगती है, जब लोग हार रहे रहते हैं ना, तो वो लोग का वो जो सर्वाइवल इंस्टिंक्ट है ना वो बहुत इंसेन है, नेक्स्ट लेवल है. हेरेटिक्स हेरेटिक्स भी मचा सकती है, लेकिन हेरेटिक्स का विषय क्या है मालूम क्या, कि उनके प्लेयर्स जो है ना वो आज खेलते कल नहीं खेलते, ऐसा विषय होता है उनका, बहुत होता है. और तो वो एक विषय जो है ना वो उन्होंने अगर उनका अच्छा खेले वो लोग तो निकाल सकते हैं भाई. आज सेन जीती क्या? नहीं रे, वाव वाव. 2021 ओ भाई 2021 में भाई देख रहा था, मेरे को उसका स्क्रीनशॉट निकाला है 3 साल पहले। ए ये 2021 का नहीं है, ये 2022 या 3 का रहेगा। गेस द रैंक, चैट इसका रैंक बताओ। मेरे हिसाब से ये ब्रांज है, ब्रांज। पीक कौन पूछा तेरे को? वाओ, अबे ये क्यों लगाया है भाई, ये क्यों लगाया? मत लगा, ये अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है। इसके बिना ही तेरा रूम अच्छा लगेगा भाई। ओए भाई कितना बड़ा कैबिनेट है भाई साहब, नाइस वे। ये फुटरेस्ट है ना, ये आइकिया वाला शायद, मस्त है भाई। ओए क्लीनेश्वर चेटअप। डीआरएक्स कहाँ है? दिख नहीं रहा अभी, लोअर ब्रैकेट में है भाई, अभी वो घर पे नहीं गई है अब तक, तो बजो मत प्लीज और खुशियां मनाओ। देखो कभी भी आपकी टीम अगर जीती है तो खुशियां मनाया करो, दूसरी टीम को नीचा ना दिखाया करो, क्योंकि आपकी टीम जो है ना वो कभी भी टट्टी खा सकती है इस गेम में। तो जी डिस्कॉर्ड लिंक प्लीज एक्सक्लेमेशन डिस्कॉर्ड डालिए। जेंजी कहाँ है? दिख नहीं रही, तेरे को तो दिखाई भी नहीं देगी हगा से। जल्दी सॉरी बोल, सॉरी बोल, जल्दी सॉरी बोल, सॉरी बोल, जल्दी बोल, जल्दी। नहीं बोल रहा चैट, हो सॉरी, भरना पड़ेगा। छोड़ दिया। मोस्ट स्क्रीनशॉट, ओ भाई बना रहे गेम। मेरी रैंक गेस करो, इमॉर्टल। भाई ये क्या है? ओ क्यूब्स। ए चैट, तुम लोग जब पढ़ाई करते थे तुम लोग को क्यूब्स और स्क्वायर्स कहां तक आते थे? टीचर्स बोलते थे स्क्वायर्स आने चाहिए, स्क्वायर्स आने चाहिए 50 तक, नहीं 40 तक या 30 तक। मेरे को याद नहीं, मेरे को कितने तक याद है भाई? 20 तक नहीं, मेरे को याद है मेरे को 20 के ऊपर तो आते थे भाई स्क्वायर्स। रिपीटिंग नंबर्स याद रहते थे, मतलब स्क्वायर टिल 60, क्यूब टिल 40। 60 तक स्क्वायर कौन याद रखता है? उतने के तो टेबल नहीं याद रखते भाई। अच्छा चलो बताओ टेबल्स कितने तक याद थे तुम लोगों को? टेबल्स बताओ, टेबल्स कितने तक याद थे? पंद्रह तक? अबे छी भाई, तुम लोग को सिर्फ 15 तक याद थे? छोड़ दो भाई तुम लोग। आईच्या गावात तुमच्या तू बता 18 7 जा कितना? 18 7 जा 126 136 126 साले मेरे आवाज नहीं आया मैं जब बोला था भाई 126 मैं बोला भाई सही जवाब। तो क्या भाई डाउट नहीं करने का भाई को, मेरे को टेबल आते और वो भी 50 तक आते आ क्या भाई। हम हमारे घर में टेबल्स याद करना बहुत ज्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट था, नहीं तो पापा मारते नहीं थे, बहुत चिल्लाते थे। ओ भाई मैगी ओ अबे ये डॉक्टर बन रहा है। पावर अप माइंडसेट, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द 20 पावर अप माइंडसेट का बर्थडे, हैप्पी बर्थडे भाई को। भाई ये लोग व्हाइट बोर्ड वगैरह यूज करते हैं यार पढ़ाई करने। अबे इसने एग्जीक्यूशन वगैरह लिखे ला है कुछ तो को। अबे मंथ्स का स्पेलिंग रॉन्ग लिखा है भाई, क्या है ये? क्या तो भी पढ़ाई कर रही भाई पब्लिक। ओ मेरा जूता है जापानी, मां कसम बच्ची गेमर, क्या बात है, खतरनाक भाई। फादर मनी ऑन टॉप, जॉन क्यूटी, बेसिक सेटअप एंड स्टडी टेबल एंड माय कलेक्शन। ओ नाइस, वाह ये क्या मस्त लग रहा भाई। दिस सेटअप, ओए इसके पास ग्लिच पॉप है क्या ये? ओए इस पे नई स्किन सब है। ही इज फ्लैट। तेरा सेटअप है कहा? फिल्टर दिख रहा है तेरा तो। अवे में भाई इसका सेटअप जीरो फैंग है वो। अच्छा जीरो फैंग था वो। सम सजेशंस हाउ कैन आई अपग्रेड द लुक्स एंड द माउस अंडर 3K। भाई आपको रेजर कोबरा लेना चाहिए सबसे पहला, द बेस्ट लाइट वेट माउस एंड वेरी वेरी फ्रिकन गुड ब्रो, वेरी स्मॉल एंड वेरी गुड। यू बाइट यू रीच इमॉर्टल इंस्टेंटली। बाकी आपके पास स्पेस काफी ज्यादा है भाई कुछ कुछ करने के लिए, यहाँ पे चीजें रख सकते हो और कुछ ऐड करने की तो जरूरत नहीं है, यहाँ पे बस कुछ कुछ ऐड करो भाई, है ना चैट? भारी लग रहा है भाई, सेटअप क्लीन है। नाइट आई रिमेंबर टेबल 15 तक याद है, बाकी निकालने में कितनी देर लगती है? एक सेकेंड, तेरे को टेबल का स्पेलिंग भी नहीं आता? Power up mindset, thank you so much for the 26 rupees baby. Black Shark Pro 2023 and Data V3 wired same headphone बोलते सेटअप दी भेज रहा। गोटी हेडफोन, ओ भाई साहब लफी गोटी गेमर। थ्री ईयर सपोर्ट, वाव ये क्या है भाई, ये मस्त लग रहा है जो भी है। इसने प्रेडिक्ट देखो क्या किया है, इसको लगा आज DRX वर्सेस सेन में DRX जीतेगी। अबे यार चमन हो क्या? नहीं एक सेकेंड, ये क्या पिकम्स है? ओके ओके, इसको EDG और टी में ही जीतेगी ऐसा लगता है भाई। तू छोड़ दे भाई, तू छोड़ दे, प्रीवियस रिजल्ट्स पे कभी अगला रिजल्ट नहीं जज करते। आज कोई टीम का हाथ अच्छा चलता है, कल कोई टीम का हाथ बुरा चलेगा, समझ रहा है? ऐसा विषय होता है वैलोरेंट में। खाना ऑलमोस्ट होने आया है दोस्तों। वैलोरेंट रिपेयर कर रहा, ओपन नहीं हो रहा, पता नहीं क्यों। इसी बात पे तेरे डीएम्स देखता हूं अभी। शिट दिख रहा ही नहीं है भाई कुछ। Can I become the next horse Khelraay? Don't become the next me, become the first you. बराबर है चैट। Always focus on yourself. Never become someone the next gamer.
One enemy remaining. 30 seconds left. One enemy remaining.
Lucky.
One enemy remaining.
Lucky.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Lucky. All lucky shots, bro. All lucky shots. Each and every lucky shot. This guy is a plat. अच्छा मारा भाई, अच्छा मारा। मैं मजाक कर रहा, बहुत अच्छा मारा। यशराज भाई ने 40 रुपए दिया और बोला है, डू यू फॉलो एनी T2 टीम इन इंडिया एंड फेवरेट T2 टीम? आई यूज टू फॉलो द T2, आई मीन इंडिया का सीन एक पॉइंट तक, बट नाउ आई डोंट। मतलब ये जो स्प्लिट हुआ मैंने इतना देखा नहीं है, बट इतना मुझे पता है कि रेवेनेंट क्वालिफाई हुई है, तो अभी तो देखूंगा भाई, असेंशन तो देखूंगा। थैंक यू फॉर द 40 यशराज भाई, और फुल सपोर्ट भाई रेवेनेंट को। ये देखा है भाई मैंने डियर डॉक्टर लॉस्ट, ये किसी ने सेंड करके डिलीट कर दिया। तूने सेव क्यों कर लिया ये? ओ भाई लेकिन बाइक है बे, भाई की क्या डेंजर बाइक है। मेरा सेटअप तूने खरीदी है सारी गाड़ियां? हाँ लियो भाई, वैलोरेंट खेल के तो नहीं आएंगी ये गाड़ियां भाई, वैलोरेंट खेल के तो नहीं आएंगी भाई। लोग ऑलमोस्ट खाना डिनर को खाने पे फोकस करने दो। खाने पे जब फोकस करते हैं ना भाई, तो एक एक बाइट उसका है ना ऐसा हम्म 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 हम्म।
Do you follow any T2 team in India? ND Fav T2 team?
ओ बाय, लंबा चेटअप, मतलब दूर दूर से निकाला हुआ चेटअप। क्या कर रहा है? पढ़ाई कर ले। पढ़ाई करते टाइम अपना पीसी फेंक दीजिए और मोबाइल भी फेंक दीजिए। आपने मोबाइल भी रखा है हाथ में, आप स्ट्रीम भी देख रहे हो, अबे पढ़ाई घंटा होगी ऐसे हगा से। वाओ यार भाई बहुत मस्त बनाया है, पता नहीं कैसे। सेटअप फ्रॉम 2017, 2019, 2024। अरे यार तू अरे 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 भाई अरे मत कर, अरे रन देना। अरे भाई सांस लेने नहीं हो रहा है। How do you guys think EDG और टी में टी जीतेगा भाई? गाड़ी सेटअप चलाओ भाई, अब क्या? ओ वाओ, क्योंकि तुझे नहीं दिख सकता वो। भाई मेरे को अपने स्कोर नहीं पता भाई पिकेम्स के। मैंने तो ये वाले पिकेम्स किए भी नहीं, तो अभी मेरा ये चले गया ना। पप्पा बिल्डर है, क्या बात है, खुद भी कुछ करो। वाओ भाई आवाज क्या आ रही है ये हवे की? कुछ अच्छे शॉट मारो। अरे ये क्या है, ये क्या क्लिप है ये हैं? टट्टी क्लिप। वाओ वेरी क्लीन भाई, ये पर्पल बैकग्राउंड कितना अच्छा लग रहा है वो। सेन वर्सेस डीआरएक्स। सेन फाइनल क्या है? सेन वर्सेस टीएच है। टीएच वर्सेस G2 में टीएच जीतेगा। लेफ्ट G2 हो गया। ओके ओके ओके। हम्म हाँ हाँ, अबे चालू हो गया।
One day, one moment for it to go right, and Trace have looked outrageously good so far. But Josh,
पहला गेम खत्म हो गया, दूसरा चालू हो गया, मेरा कहना खत्म नहीं हुआ।
Trace is definitely looking to break the streak here, but I'm looking to EDG to set the tone. They're more well-rounded, but we've seen their highs and lows. And Trace, it's all on their game plans that they bring out in those first 30 seconds that really let us know, are they going to have a chance or not? And into the round, we got EDG.
Blinded.
Gonna get spotted at long B there, but doing a slow contact into this B area.
With EDG on the attacking side, and see how they handle Hebe, especially playing that deadlock, looking wonderful in their previous series, especially against the likes of Lev. Very strong, very hard to handle. They know what's happening here.
Oh, bye.
He has to respect this and fall away to safety, but they look to take space elsewhere, and they've done just that. But can they close down? They can't! Waiting on the other side, EDG so aware of what was coming their way, and they just
EDG one side निकाल रही है।
It's just down to one.
EDG one side निकालेगी।
To do here.
My ultimate isn't ready.
भाई उसमें पुल अप करने का ट्राई किया, उसने भर दिया लेवा है।
EDG. The firing squad.
Clean. I love that as well. So diligent in approaching. It shows a level of respect. EDG are taking no prisoners and not taking it lightly. Even in a 1v4, they're sat there facing CT together. I want to see what this looks like now with Trace being pressured by someone that knows them this well.
And knows them very well as well. We've seen Trace here at this event before. We've seen them play their bind, and they rely heavily on their defense sided. They've got the double sentinels, so they rely on those setups that they run. But if you don't run into the traps, then they don't really know what to do and how to rebound after that. EDG
खाना
just
स्ट्रीम के
take
पहले ही
all that
प्रेफर
space,
करता हूँ, लेकिन
knowing
आज बना नहीं था।
exactly where Trace was going to play from, and
क्योंकि मैं बहुत स्लो खाता हूँ।
used it, really. Slow opening, grabbing that orb, and EDG just taking their time, letting the round just develop, let it simmer a little bit.
And you're right, somewhat of a default if you're looking across this. Yeah, a little bit more intention potentially there towards clearing shower, but they're not in any real hurry. The furthest commitment of utility coming from Simon there, clearing out towards Hookah, but that's it.
It's going to be important for EDG to be able to convert these rounds very cleanly. We saw in the last series they played against PRX, things got very messy, very sloppy.
Here comes the burst. Clear, so far.
Bichara.
Crossing the T's, dotting the I's. Smoggy catching Kai as well. Perfectly aware of what's happening. They have a vice-like grip on this game so far. There's no slipping through.
Thank you, thank you.
Trace, you're looking to see if they can.
अबे लेकिन slow गाने से time बहुत जाता है.
I mean, really, they could afford to only really lose Simon if you're EDG. Otherwise, you don't want to be dropping the Phantom potentially or the Bulldogs coming out to play. But look at the progress as well towards Nobody.
चट क्या लगता है ये one set होएगा क्या? पी का पी के भाई ये.
Potentially even in the next round.
लेकिन EDG बहुत अच्छा खेलता है भाई इस पे. G2 के अगेंस्ट क्या खेल रहा था भाई? कुत्ते जैसा रशिंग गेम प्ले कर रहे थे. लेकिन फिर G2 ने समझ लिया उनका गेम प्ले.
He's got the ghost here. See if he can get that ult going. If he falls, it's fine. Another step towards the ult. If he gets the kill, even better.
करता हूँ रिस्क कार खा रहा हूँ रुकना.
अरे माँ कसम. That's clean stuff. That's the ult.
ये मरे भाई कांग
I want to see Trace do something a little bit different than what they typically do. So normally in a lot of their gun rounds, they'll set up with 2 towards B. Usually there's inside of hookah and 3 towards A. But if they do the same thing in EDG, they've probably prepared for this match. They know exactly what's going on. If they're able to get up long B for free and crunch that hookah area with that thrash, that's going to be very dangerous for Trace. It's going to be very explosive. It's going to be very fast-paced. It's their bonus round, so using that thrash is going to be huge.
And I like this adjustment, though, kind of putting the deadlock utility in complement towards A with the deeper Cypher setup as well. So that's going to be in practice, but again, it does eliminate some of the stopping power on B, but they've got the bodies here.
A change-up as well. The defense is towards long B.
Oh, what an opener, though. Perfect work. The double stack on long still holds some value. You're going to have that ult going through. You can hear it going off. It's going to check towards long. They now know at least 1, potentially 2. And they can only keep them so safe. BNK, though, great shots. 2 back-to-back. But sadly for Hebe, he couldn't get his hands out of that in time. So a 3v2 here. And this was the bonus. Yes, well invested around. There's plenty of Bulldogs. They've still got this Vandal here. An upgrade for Nobody, if I'm not mistaken. Well, it's a long road back in here. These post plants are very difficult, and they've got stall. They've got Mosh still. They've got the Viper utility. EDG have so many options to buy precious time. Kai would love a kill here. Not going to get it. Smoggy. I mean, he's just been outstanding throughout their series. I have to take a moment to give credit to him. Again, a lot of us, if you are newer to watching EDG in the last couple of international debuts, eyes went towards Kang Kang, and that's fair enough. I think he became such a highlight, you know what I mean? The beast from the east. Fair play. But in this tournament especially, Smoggy, I mean, he's like the debt collector out here. There's no getting past him. He'll get his man. He'll close you out rounds. He's been on the money. First big pickup there from EDG, especially converting that bonus.
And a little bit of a different plan from Trace. I was highlighting how they like to play in hookah a lot, but this time they chose to play 3B. They played to stop that long B from EDG, but EDG basically went 4 players up through hookah there and found that gap. So it's a lot of mind games coming into play here about how are you going to adjust based on how we normally play. We've seen each other twice this year, 6 times over the last couple of years. And again, Trace opening up with 4 players towards B, trying to just change things up ever so slightly, collect this orb for free. And EDG, again, setting the tone, setting the tempo, not trying to walk into any traps here.
Again, it's such a mental barrier to get past too, especially for your Trace after the amount of history between each other.
You see that smoke on that TP? They were expecting some sort of trap play to come out from this eco round, utilizing that teleporter, but the Brim smoke just preemptively placed as they took Shower's control.
It's lovely to witness. Now leaning back in towards A short. There is still the setup here.
A lot of trips.
That could be rewarded on this.
थंबनेल वाले के पास कुछ तो है भाई, उसके पास ऐसी स्क्रिप्ट है ना, वो थंबनेल वाला कुछ तो विषय करता है.
Kangkang's not falling for this. He already knows what's up. There's the impact though. Kai does get rewarded for that little bit of a setup. There are
थंबनेल वाले को सब कैसा बराबर समझता है पता नहीं भाई.
On the other side, he has got
जो बोलता है वही होता है जहाँ.
But no commitment this time. Second time of asking, should be going down. I don't think there's a denial. There's not. Time is on EDG's side. That's lovely. Good information on Smoggy, as said.
कौन जीत रहा है राउंड?
Himself, the closer of a lot of these rounds.
4v5. अरे रे.
Takes the space away. Kai removing Nobody, but there's still.
वो लोग अपने 5 पे हार गए.
Smoggy, you can't forget about this guy. Try to take a fair fight, you got it. But the Molly goes down.
Buy round भी आ रहे हैं वो लोग.
Towards that spike. Flash goes in. They're trying to bring this back with stingers. So difficult to get close. And Kang's having none of it. Another found, beautifully navigated. So well.
And as we go into the second gun round, we already see the
By one side gameplay हो रहा है.
here. So definitely we're going to see something being changed up. Trace instantly calling a timeout here because, hey, nothing's been going our way. They've been reading us perfectly like a book. And almost walking into that trap there for our EDG, getting caught by that tripwire. And we're going to see these double trips from the Cypher. We're going to see the deadlock setups as well coming into play. And
ये matches already हो चुके हैं. हाँ भाई यही होता है. वो जो thumbnail वाला बंदा है ना, वो जो जीतते हैं उनका thumbnail में फोटो डाल देता है. मतलब ऑब्वियस सोचे एक बारी कि अगर लाइव स्ट्रीम पे ये होता, लाइव होता ये, तो वो कैसे थंबनेल लगाता बताओ. नहीं लगा पाता ना थंबनेल. वो ऐसा हमेशा एकदम कंसिस्टेंटली कि भाई जो जीत रहा है उसका ही फोटो लगा रहा है बराबर. तो ये जो मैचेस है ये ऑलरेडी हो चुके हैं और हमें एक रिपीट टेलीकास्ट देखने मिल रहा है और इसके वजह से थंबनेल में जो है वो जीत जाता है. ऐसा विषय है, बाकी कुछ नहीं.
Orbital strikes not a million miles away, so they've got a couple of key ults coming on, but similar scenes for Trace. They do have the Seekers.
सही में ऐसा होता है भाई.
A couple away from Haybays. I mean, there are options, but it's not really just down to the ults here. It's been the overall ethos, that approach to this. I want to see a change up from Trace here. I want to see. तुम लोग का क्या लगता है इतना बड़ा प्रोडक्शन लाइव पे होएगा?
When I look at
अरे impossible है भाई, impossible.
They're a team that has these really good plans. But once you kind of jab them in the mouth, they don't know how to handle the situation from there. Their mechanics individually are really good, but it comes down to their fundamentals and their decision-making on an individual level, and EDG edges them out in those types of situations. Right here, kind of like pistol round opening, 3 towards long B, looking to close the gap there, but they do have the showstopper. I'll highlight one more time here.
And that puts Haybay in a real predicament. Yet to get started in this 0-4. Could do with this. This would be a big confidence boost.
And
it's got a trade, yes. That is the showstopper move, but they have a 2-for-1 trade and they have a
good gameplay from EDG.
This goes on BNK. Oh, there's no escaping. You got to face the music. Face your fate. And EDG, again, so much discipline and approach, constantly with the right idea. And Kai, I mean, it's a formality here. It's a 1v4, very difficult. Good step on the first.
भाई क्या नसीब है ये?
3 more though. Lot to ask. Already being checked on by Choo here. Just around the corner. Clean. Again, Josh, I'm not seeing ways in here for Trace. They are getting held at the door.
At some point, Trace is going to have to drop their game plan and get sloppy, get down dirty in the mud with EDG and roll with the punches. Because if you look at how EDG is approaching this game right now, they know, okay, I'm against double Sentinel. We got a Cypher and we've got a Deadlock. If we go fast, we run into the traps. So
we're sad हो गया कितना
भाई.
वो देखो ना, वो देखो sad हो गया बेचारा.
To kind of run into those traps and engage those. And then they're catching them. They're winning those duels as well.
Chiju कितना झुक के खेलता है, देखा है तुम लोग ने?
Different traps, but that's not part of their game plan. So they're gonna have to make these adjustments on the fly. And another with a 4-man B start. They're putting a lot of pressure on this B defense as well.
And the mental fortitude to constantly have to pick yourself back up after these harrowing rounds, really. Trace are going to be feeling the pinch here after what has been a brilliant international look at them. Struggling against the #1 of their region for a very good reason. Smoggy just catching Kai. And that's a plant. That's already...
Hey, भाई पकाओ मैच हो रहा है यार.
They've got a lot of ults building back through. Nobody, as you said, that feels like it was only a round ago. But Chichu's the one to be shouldering the deepest angle so far. Mosh going to go in. Buys a little bit of time. Counters any utility. They want to try and maybe close down towards elbow on. Turn on the flash and they run on in. Light work for Nobody, making it look too easy up against the pistol. And they look unfazed by this. There is a reason EDG were the team to break through from China, the ones that terrified so many of the Western teams, and you're seeing it clear as day here, Josh.
It appears as though
one-side gameplay हो रहा है आज, one-side. आज नहीं,
we go A, you're on gunner,
आज
we go
कुछ
B.
possible ही
I'm
नहीं है
waiting
भाई.
for that switch up to come. We're now 6 rounds in, going into round 7 of this half, and EDG's been perfect on all of these plays and all of these reads on their attack side here. So when is Trace going to start trying to get ahead of what EDG's doing? And when's EDG actually going to switch it up and say, actually, we're not going to do this again? Because right now, full control. And that was what I was looking for. What is the tempo going to be? Is it going to be the sloppiness that we saw against PRX, or is it going to be how they were able to fully dissect the map?
तू समझ ना भाई, तू समझ.
So many ults to play with, so many, and it's only one away as well for the Brim.
लोगों को येड़ा बनाने का रहता है इनको, इसके वजह से वो लोग सब कुछ दिखाते.
That op-up as well on defense, waiting for that contact up long B, but the Thrash might take it out or spot it early on.
I like the double stack to Tuka. Eventually they might have to fall back. They're trying to stand their ground. Feng Feng a little bit more time towards Long. How long does he wait here? Oh, yeah. There's the smokes. Counter 3, pull the trigger, hope for the best, but already you're seeing the fish ult come through, the Seekers going in. It's just mayhem on the site. Everyone stands until then. Hebe finally tilts the scales, but it goes back instantly. Bianca still trying to hold towards Hookah.
Oh my!
And just one by one they face him. One by one they fall.
Wow.
So
भाई क्या हो रहा है ये?
And still, even in
क्या हो रहा है चैट, ये क्या हो रहा है? Literally pandemonium हो रहा है.
Even in all that chaos, the
Pandemonium हो रहा है. मैंने पढ़ी सुपर चैट, नहीं मिस किया कोई.
If this would be your first time to watch Trace, you'd be thinking, how did they make it to this part? But they actually have really good ideas with their setups. Yes. EDG just knows them.
अच्छा मेरा माइक बंद हो गया था शायद तभी जब रीड किया मैंने. Cosmic Power, thanks for the 20 baby.
Abandon what they have, what's strong, and then it just denies them. The walk up there, normally we've seen EDG walked all the way into B, take those fights into long B, but here they drop the smoke to deny that op. The first time we're seeing an op, you know, I'm thinking they're like, oh, that's a perfect adjustment. Like,
Mommy,
you're gonna catch them off guard. This is your first round on the board.
Great, yeah. Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Man, it's again though, this is where I have to give credit to EDG. There's only so many ways I can keep, you know, saying how well they're playing, but it's 7-0. And again, they are so heads up. They are reading the economy well, they're reading Trace well, and it's a double timeout in one half. They are feeling the pressure here. And I think
दोनों timeouts आ चुके, दोनों timeouts.
Potentially, the teams like, who was it, Vitality and Lev, just not really taking Trace as seriously as they should have done. I mean, it was a wake-up call midway through the series. Wait, these guys can hit back. Now, EDG have never been surprised by that. They've faced them numerous times.
Timeout आ चुका है यहाँ पे.
How intricate they are reading this game is a big difference maker.
क्या हो गया भाइयों, तुमको उठ जाओ.
Timeout in the first half. You're down 7-0. This is your map.
अरे गोटी गेमर्स, अबे स्ट्रेच पे खेल रहा है वो.
You don't get
True stretch.
How are you going to make it all the way to that third map? This could be a quick 2-0 for EDG if they don't change something up right here, right now. They don't have the best ultimates to work with. They do have Orbital Strike on that defense, so maybe helping them with a
playoffs का मैच है भाइयों.
the issue is about how
लोअर ब्रैकेट जाने आए हो. उड़ जाओ भाई, फंग फंग भाई मारो. कंग कंग को. तुमको हलूम टीम में एक बंदे का नाम फंग फंग है.
Struggled with regionally, you're coming into the international stage. You've done really well, I think. I mean, Trace were the pick'ems destroyers.
देखो ये जो है ना रेस, फैंग एफ लिखा हुआ है. उसका नाम फंग फंग है.
It's that mental effect here, trying to face a team that you know has bested you in the past. They're not favoring themselves in the fights. They're not taking this like they were against. You're looking at against the likes of Lev and Vitality. You've some of the big heavy hitters in those rosters. Safe, Aspas. You've got some nuts players, and they were absolutely doing them in. Now, barely off the starting blocks.
चार अभी भी खेल रहे भाई.
A worrying time in this buy. I mean, it's gonna be missing
स्मोक करने पे जा रहा है.
Wait. Does that perfectly spread and take out the trips? It takes out one of them. It doesn't get the second one, but I respect the idea, the concept behind that paint shells. And here comes the contact up. Yeah, here comes the contact up short as well.
I want to see if there's going to be a prowler maybe towards
wait a moment.
Hookah. There is. Just to keep that extra body towards that big site, and now they're going to start leaning forward. That's the contact made on one.
Can we change pick'ems? ना bro. भाई तुम सोचे ही कैसा ADG के against ही जीतेगी? भाई वो लोग चाइना की टीम है दोनों.
This is going to be very dangerous for EDG if they actually go.
के against अगर पूरे टूर्नामेंट में कोई ज़्यादा खेला रहेगा तो यही टीम खेली रहेगी.
One for the hookah jump out and one for long B by that teleport. If EDG spots someone and speeds up, they'll get caught in that trap. Sky Flash to follow as well.
Here comes the burst though. Kungmung leading the charge. Two players flashed up, stunned up, forced away. The trap was working until then. Nobody still laying down the pressure. Good pickup. A nice trade. Finally getting a little bit scrappy here. Doing some damage back in. But look at the space towards Shower as well. Don't forget about Chichu. But the time
Sky Gamer, easy kills.
Sky now going to tuck into the corner. Wait for them both to pass. Oh, they gave it a look. Simon glanced that way for a second. And with 14 seconds, they've got to make a play here. Smoggy's got to lean through this. 10, he's running low on the time. He's trying to wait for Chichu to help out. And now the red carpet is rolled out. They can get the plant down. I mean, wait.
No time.
No, they can't. They can't get the plant down. Just a little too late. And the clock will be their biggest enemy this round.
भाई राउंड निकाल लेते मालूम ये लोग अगर प्लांट अच्छा मतलब प्लांट अगर मिलता तो
That takes some time. I'm like, no, I'm pretty sure.
प्लांट अगर मिल जाता तो ये हो जाता है
EDG kind of walked themselves into that trap. They had that space towards A. They used the paint shells and the Dizzy to kind of figure out what the situation
देख के
was.
सोचा ये टाइम कुछ अलग होगा.
Maneuvered his way up short there, and this is something that we should also.
भाई Chinese teams ही ऐसी aggressive ही खेलती है.
He goes on to attack. He's going to be the one that if his teammates are going into B, he's trying to find that opening at A and call that audible.
कैसे 13-0 होएगा भाई?
He's going towards B. His teammates are going towards A.
13-0 in champs is impossible.
But this
I like the attempt.
Trace needs to do this. They need to throw a wrench in the plan of EDG. If EDG can walk all the way up and get those contact duels, that's when they do their best. Stop them.
But it's a lean towards the other side of the map here. Bianche trying to get more information. Gonna know nobody, but and then the Prowler on top. So they're gonna have a good idea that something is coming this way. There's a couple more bodies behind this. Nobody still with a fair fight, but it's a beautiful pickup for Trace. Maybe this is the time to tell them. Maybe one round was all they needed, and Heibei gonna make sure of that. This could be a big follow-up here as well. Wants to swing it, he's got him caught.
मारामारी करो मारामारी.
And there's the delivery. Heibei beautifully done. Gonna keep him trapped in this.
2-8 हो रहा है.
Send him away. The spike is in hand of Smoggy, and once again Chichu has taken space. But look at Kai's positioning. He can cut off the rotation. And has Smoggy learned his lesson from before? He will now.
Come back.
Beautifully done.
Come back. अभी direct game जीतेंगे देखो. अभी direct game.
Direct game. Worried that it's too little, too late. Yes, they pick up a second round. There's a few rounds left of this half, so there's a way to make this a 5-7 half. And, you know, if EDG calls a timeout here, tries to make this like, hey, if they're reading us right now, we got to switch it up. We need to change the game plan, and we do have different elements of our game plan. We've seen it in different matches from EDG, how they can change the tempo, go fast, go slow, get sloppy, and do all these individual fights. But right now, it would be really just not a fun sight to see them start to crumble and let Trace just come back round by round because they had such a strong
अभी comeback आने वाला है, heavy comeback आने वाला है और मेरे calculation के हिसाब से
coming into the 10th round when Trace only picked up 2 rounds. This is a
ये मैप Trace esports जीतेगी. Trace esports जीतेगी मेरे को लगता है. मेरा पीकेएम गया कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है दोस्तों. Trace esports जीतने वाली मेरे हिसाब से.
slip a couple players through those aggressive starts.
क्योंकि भाई अभी वो लोग को है ना जोश आ गया है. वो लोग अभी जोश में आ गए हैं.
They've got still a great amount of money to buy with. I think they're maxed out on cash and some of the players, so they're fine.
अभी उनके जोश की वजह से वो लोग comeback करेंगे.
I'm EDG.
And they'll win it for sure.
And I look to start using potentially showers. I know that AWP is up, so I need to figure out a plan to deal with that, get into the site without dying to it. I have to deal with those trips that are always placed at short A. It's like 100% of the time. But I'm also really close to multiple ults. We can get Viper's Pit off of a plant, Showers Orb, Orbital Strike, all these really good ultimates. But right now, all these deadlock traps are towards B, and it looks like EDG actually wants to go towards A here. Trace may be reading this really well, starting to play the third person B, but they give a deadlock trap over to A here to assist.
Caster लगते हो.
There it is.
That's info as well.
That's 1 minute 30. They've noted where the operator is. Do they carry on? Do they
कैसी
respect
आवाज?
it enough? Do they feel like they've got the angles to play with? They've committed the smokes. You got to feel they're going off this one. And thus far, they've got what they needed. Good info. Yes, they now know one's cracked up towards Lamps.
You have to be careful of Lamps because the orbital strike on the defense side for the retake.
Actually pausing to use it. Second time of asking on the plant here.
अबे अल्ट क्यों नहीं किया ये लूडो किंग?
They still have Showers control, maybe a late presence from Smoggy potentially. And that's going to be Kangkang dead.
माँ कसम कांगकांग को पकड़ लिए ले उधर.
We saw it with the C's earlier on. Nice bit of vengeance served at the right time. Nobody does well with the defuse. They're sticking the defuse. Finally pulled off.
Bro,
the Dizzy was outrageous.
50 जन blind थे.
But still,
अबे हाफ हो गया. Nice.
Smoggy finally leads forward. He's there in
अरे
short
भाई ये क्या था
chat? He never
chat?
goes far away if he's still alive. 8 rounds now for EDG. Tilting the scales back into their favor.
ओए चैट बताओ ना ये कैसा है?
Well, these teams know
Headphone
each
का
other.
mic कैसा लग रहा है?
Good reactions from both teams there. adding that deadlock trap to that A defense here, getting on top of the truck with that operator, but that Dizzy, getting that flash off, forcing that off shot out, knowing exactly what the setup was. EDG is able to play this round perfectly.
या अपना यही रखे.
The fights, the team fights together.
Hello बोले hello 1 2 3 mic check check hey mic check hello mic check hello hey mic check
looking like they are on point. They're communicating really well.
I got you.
Thrash is available.
Yeah. And it's being used straight away, so they've got to evacuate a little bit of this. How far do they commit? Nobody's sending it the whole way.
Wait, three!
Team by Sub! The Collector is in the building! Oh, that's just heartbreak for Trace. Maybe they're just going to clear close sight, maybe clear through lamps, but no, all the way to CT. Found 3 of them and giving them a 2-man advantage already. Nobody looking to secure the round. Khelraay still wanting more.
Gang!
And a flawless round.
Hello, it's Michael ka stream W tha. Thank you, Satish G. Thank you for the 5 months.
For the attackers here. Showstopper with a nightfall. Really good. Aggressive combo ultimates. The one thing that they have to consider still, though, is that Trace's traps are really good to stop the really pacey attacks here. Here it works. They use the Thrash to get zone out the back of the site here. Can they do it again on this type of round? I'm not sure.
Facts.
Going in the faces, collecting a 4K and making a flawless.
Who do you think is winning VCD this time? Sentinels.
EDG, strength upon strength. Trace starting to feel the pressure of what it's like to face EDG in these events. Even stronger, even harder to handle. Khelraay just clearing the space up towards Octagon. Hebe wanted to fight back for it, though. Big info off the reveal there. Hebe may be dead, and so's his support. Bianche's gone down. Nobody desperate for that kill. And Hebe, how are you alive? He's still thriving in the corner. I do not know how. He carved a little bit of safety, and he does get revealed by this, but still, he's still here. And it's somehow he's still holding this together. Eventually, Kai is on the way, but it feels like it's going to take a lifetime, and they've TP'd.
Kai could get a really good timing flank on Showers here. He's worried that someone's gone to short A from Showers after the teleport. The hat for Kai, if he gets one, he can find them all. It's on this first duel at Showers here on Smoggy.
Kai, get your gun out. Please get your gun out, Kai. Oh, and a moment.
Kai gamer है देखो अभी.
Smoggy actually doesn't
दोनों मार दिया था. 1v1.
Somehow
1 HP है ये बंदा. Oh! भाई निकाल लिया था. Most निकाल लिया था.
And then none. And my God, we get a real series. 10-2 showing off, showing us.
क्या लगता है ये कमबैक है? 10-2 से कमबैक होएगा? भाई मेरे को ये इम्पॉसिबल है लगता है. इम्पॉसिबल है. There is no way T can come back. ये देखो रेजोल्यूशन इसका.
You don't want to miss the end to this map.
चैंपियंस में क्यों नहीं जाते? एक्चुअली मैं एक बार ही चैंपियंस गया था. तो चैंपियंस को गया जब था ना मैं, तो वहाँ पे मेरे को बोले कि आप अंदर अलाउड नहीं है, अंदर ऑलरेडी टेंस है, उसके लेवल का कोई हम लोग एक और एक्स्ट्रा नहीं डाल सकते इस स्टेडियम में. तो भाई मेरे को बाहर से ही हकेल दिए उधर चैंपियंस के. तो मैं बोला कोई दिक्कत की बात नहीं है, जाता हूँ मैं. तो मैं घर पे आ गया. मैं तो यार मेरे को कोई ले रहा ही नहीं था उधर. एंड्रॉइड टीव्स ने थ्रो करा था 10-2 लीड बाइंड पे है. चैंपियंस में हगा से लोग को नहीं लेते इसलिए. एक्सक्यूज मी, अयो नींद आ रही है समझे ना. कंटिन्यू एब्सोल्यूट सिनेमा एट एडीजी. लेट्स गो. हेलो हर्ष, आपको वॉच पार्टी के क्या सॉन्ग से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट कॉपीराइट आता है? कोई नहीं. दैट्स ट्रू. यस कोई नहीं. स्लीप वेल ले लो हॉर्स भाई. यस. तू किसको सपोर्ट कर रहा है? मैं ये दोनों टीम में से किसी को नहीं. मैं तो चाहता हूँ ये दोनों टीम्स घर पे जाए, डायरेक्ट घर पे इधर से. आई वॉन्ट सेंटिनल्स टू विन. लेकिन अगर टीई स्पोर्ट्स अगर कंपटीशन में रहती है तो सेंटिनल्स को चांस नहीं है. cause ये लोग जीत जाएंगे भाई.
Trace have looked fantastic to this point. They've been a team to watch, an underdog. It would be a fairy tale to go further, but they've met pretty much their maker, EDG, making a name for the region and now showing
आज gameplay होगा नहीं.
rounds in the first half.
Not all fairy tales have that happy ending, though. And we're seeing that right here. Yes, there's another map. Yes, there's a second half. But right now, Trace, they need to almost look flawless going into the second half here. Starting with that pistol round, they do have these really good combos, but all their effort's going to be towards that long B, using that deadlock net to take that control with 3 players.
भाई Fnatic के chances है. हाँ भाई Fnatic qualified है.
Kai, backup option, lurking around the map towards A. And that's going to be
भाई Fnatic fans को आदत है इसी की हो गई है भाई.
Trace, is EDG going to let that happen though, or are they going to get ahead of it?
Similar start near on, 3 towards B long. And a high-low setup waiting on the site, and already an early lean coming over from nobody. Spotting a pixel, the flash good enough to force them away.
That spike position makes me question where the end goal is here for Trace.
But it's not particularly humble, DDG. They're still looking like they want to take space back. You got to make them respect you at this point. Chichu won't. He's going to hold that space and try and get a follow-up shot.
काट दिया है. मार दिया है.
Bailed out by the Dizzy, so nobody now.
भाई पिछला राउंड निकाल रही टी. Come back है टी का. Come back है टी का भाई लोग. Come back है. This is the start of a comeback. ये close नहीं जाने वाला. ये one side नहीं जाने वाला match.
2 versus 4 edge. EDG is trying to edge their way through, but not going to find an opening here. It's going to be very difficult with the crossfire on the back of the site here from Trace.
Kankan can get their attention and maybe hope that there's a gap for Smoggy to work through. Wait, he's just diving in! A wild attempt, but it wasn't going to land. It's good for Trace though. This gives them a stepping stone forward.
भाइयों,
stepping stone.
शायद मुझे कॉफी या चाय की ज़रूरत है.
Tall tasks right now. They've got a very
Serious का match हो
this
गया.
is going to be a hard uphill battle the entire way through. If they want to be able to get back into this game, they need to take it round by round. They got to let EDG make these mistakes as well. But we're going to keep seeing the same opening from Trace because it's tried and tested. It's what works for them. Taking that long B space, going into hookah afterwards. It is just very strong. When you have this composition, you have to play into the plans that you've created.
The firing squad handled in the blink of an eye. Trace put down Simon, nobody, and Chichu, and then just gonna run it up long. Got everything they needed. Gonna clear through, still with the dog. Gonna be diligent in case it's a stack. You never know. Kind of makes you think it might be if they've gone so almost over-aggressive, but so far, smooth sailing. Site's theirs. Plant next. No problems. Maybe some problems.
Spike planted.
Smoke and spawn. Gonna make this difficult. 2-1-5. Trying to make this not be a flawless round. That's basically the goal here.
And this is where you're seeing the oppressive nature of that deadlock coming in as well. Elbows off the cards. They can't lean that way. They're kind of just stuck here till the end of the round, which, as it stands, they're probably fine to beat. I'd rather give it up to the spike. Smoggy just trying to toy with them and not going to fall for it. Already, this is good. 5 standing. These are critical key ways forward for Trace. This is a real chance. This is a real chance for them. I'm scared though coming into this first big buy round though, because I feel
क्या Fnatic final में जा पाएगी और जाएगी तो क्या जीत पाएगी? हाँ भाई.
Bonus round for Trace. EDG, yeah, they need to be a little bit competitive here because 10-4, that lead is kind of.
भाई ये Brim तो troll कर रहा. हाँ क्या?
But Trace might change things up for EDG. They haven't tested this A site. They haven't seen the defense. They have no idea what's going on. They're going in almost blind here. And
bonus round 80 का.
Perfect defense waiting for them. Dog up short. Here comes the net.
Oh my god, angle. Bro, you got one.
But his Kankan can already find Heibei. They're not going to stop. They're going to see
भाई वो अब तक झुका हुआ है. अब तक. Oh my god.
Trace going to be taking this by force. The spike's still recovered. There's still a chance here, but nobody doesn't want that. He doesn't want to give him a chance in hell. 2 bodies drop, maybe a third. No. Kai stands his ground, and we're in a 2v2. There's a minute still here. This is still early in the round. If you're Trace, you can pause. You can back away. You can calm the tempo down. Try and make EDG question where they're heading.
This is where I worry about Trace. They're not really in these situations all that much. They don't have the most well understood concepts when it comes to these mid rounds, these clutch situations, not as well as EDG, not as well as other teams in the tournament right now. So as this round develops, Trace waiting for any re-aggression from EDG. And remember, this was a 3 versus 2 for EDG, pressing the issue a little bit too much. Nobody gave it up.
30
Put into a 2
seconds
versus 2 here. Playing for sound, that's what EDG is doing, waiting for Trace to get into the site, get that spike planted, show their hand, and then group up and go together in that 2 versus 2. Chichu hoping to find someone as they're leaving the site after they planted.
Oh,
that's the opening.
Yes, there's the freebie. Does he show discipline? He does. He's not going to overextend here, just watching so you can see them walk. Dips down towards the side itself. He needs to wait for Simon to come over, who still has utility, still has the Seize and the Haunt there.
Those are footsteps. Fang knows exactly where both these players are now. It's on him to isolate the fights, though.
Can he do it? Simon getting closer.
One off paint shells.
This is huge. Seize goes in. Might need to play forward. Chichu doesn't play those games. 4-11. And EDG get past the bonus round up against them. 2 still standing. EDG will be happy enough. Again, they've got 11 rounds, Josh. They can get
This could be the day.
They're really happy about that opening as well. On top of those triple boxes, finding that first pickoff. EDG,
This could be the
it's on Trace to be able to play a
day
perfect game at the moment. Right now, going and doing a fast play towards A, that's very far away from the game plan that we've seen against Lev, against other teams as well, where they are able to just control that long B area early. Even if they want to start with a little bit of a fake prod towards B, then come back to A, that works better. But EDG picking up that first kill before Trace got anything going.
I guess the silver lining is it was a costly gun round. So they are going to be suffering money-wise, right? We're going to see a judge come out, 2 sheriffs. It's just that you have 11 rounds. That's where the scary thing is. Wow. Trace, still a little less experience than EDG in these pressure games. Alt step closer for Hebe. They back away here. So early look towards A, but no commitment.
And this Prowler on the defense sees nothing down long B. So this timing is going to be very big. If the contact comes up, a Fang popping.
दो जनों के पास ही guns है सिर्फ.
Flash to follow from the sky. It's 2 towards B now.
But I'm worried with Kang here. I don't know why, but this guy just scares the life out of me sometimes. So dangerous, even with just that sheriff. Getting proactive could kind of
catch
be
outside
what,
showers.
Okay, this is all starting to crumble a little bit here. Do they expect a double stack?
Oh, अरे भाई!
I'm scared of this man.
वो लोग इको आ रहे. I mean, low by काफी वो आ रहे.
Fang trying to take the space back.
Oh damn!
But they know that one's missing. Kang was here. They saw him in the kill feed. They know he's still around. Haunted by him. The judge still be ratting off shells, trying to find something. Kang waiting for a pixel. Smoked off for now. And a bit of an exchange of space, trying to clear through towards CT. They've done it. Smoggy's fallen. This is where it gets different here. It's a 2v3. Looking for a pixel, looking for a player.
नहीं ये नहीं होगा.
Primed and ready.
सेन जीती है जेंजी को हारने वाली टीम टट्टी DRX को तो इजी से हरा देगी.
Well done by Trace in the end, keeping composure in that very volatile moment at the end then, but keeping that cool. Worked out for them and they got themselves another step here.
That round could have easily gone out of their control, losing those first 2 players. This push here through the Viper wall, and then the second follow-up, EDG, having that 5-on-3, but the quick equalization, Showstopper invested, and, I mean, realistically, though, that was a full gun round from the side of Trace, whereas EDG, they likely invested, they had some shares in those rounds, and it looks like their economy is still not really in shape, but they have that round lead, so they're going to play that. They're going to make sure that they're and just try to close out slowly those last 2 rounds that they need.
And these are confidence builders, though, for Trace. These are the rounds that you want to get clean enough. Keep them going. Feel out the game, warm into the game. I mean, half of the players were barely above 4 or 5 kills after that first half. It was a real grueling affair. So if they can just start feeling out the game, and this setup's lovely. This could really catch Simon here. See if they go for it.
The EDG players want to use the teleporter on this round, though, and get that fast flank.
This is comfortable for now, isn't it? Getting what they need. Forcing Simon to respect this. They now know his new position. He's fallen away. There's the TP. Kai ready and waiting. Nobody gone. Smoggy
ये लोग का भी हाथ खुलने लग गया.
Creeping death on the way. Didn't need
ये लोग का भी हाथ खुलने लग गया भाई.
Starting to look deadly. Simon again still being kept in check. Kang kept behind the cage. And there's no escaping. 5-stand confidence
Flawless
builders
sub.
right here, right now.
This is going to be a very important round coming up. This is so important for Trace to continue their streak right now. They're playing pretty good. Not exactly perfect, but close enough right now to be able to crawl back round by round. It's on EDG to kind of switch something up here. Yeah, they gave up a couple of rounds where they had basically a low buy, low investment, but still, the only round that they picked up this half so far was that 2 versus 2 in the retake situation, which came down to 2 versus 1. Now though, Ops out, Thrash available for the defense. How is Trace going to get around that? Switching it up, not starting towards B this time, starting towards A, taking that showers control first.
This is quick, this is early. They've met nobody thus far. And he's already slipped deeper towards side, kind of playing back.
50 ult आ रहे EDG के.
Leaving that line for Khelraay.
लेकिन ये लोग बिना ult के भी round निकाल देंगे भाई.
Spread apart here makes me think that it's going to be back to B for Trace. Get that orb if it is still by long B right now. Controlling that space is Fang. The orb is still in play. That annihilation could come out and be a game changer for Trace getting into this round here.
I'm looking to see if EDG are re-clearing short though. I'm looking at them kind of stacking up a little bit here, getting quite close. I don't think they are. Okay, backing away.
They have that pivot, they have that op up, they're looking down the sight line here, and Trace trying to do a little bit of a fake jab towards B, but the real commit is going to be towards A, right into the sight of the op here.
Still looking at nobody being this close by, and you're right, Khelraay on top as well. They're not falling for it. EDG are really sticking to their guns on this. Already sending wingman into a shot.
अब ये लोग flash peek करेंगे, double flash flash.
This man doesn't often miss, but this time he does.
Bruh.
A new lease of life for Trace.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
And the wall is just in effect. EDG. There's no access to this.
Why लोग flash flash use ही नहीं की?
Has no opportunities either. No one's playing towards him. Just constantly smoked
ये क्या है भाई?
Smoggy holding the line. Looking. Just trying to backpedal away. They've got 10 seconds. Try and keep those weapons because you're not
ये गेम के बाद
getting
जाता हूँ मैं.
The clock ticks out, time's out. Trace here, 12 rounds is going to be picked up for EDG, and right now, did you see how they didn't even budge that round? They didn't move. They lost showers control, but full control over long B. That's Simon holding it, spotting Hookah as well. They knew that right now, this is all fake pressure. Hold their setup, it's a ruse. We're going to be able to this pick off out of the sky. Pops that showstopper right after as well. Players got by, but nobody and third player as well.
I got some work as well to do. मेरे को edit करने का है.
They have no more timeouts. They burned both in that first half before round 10, I believe.
Yeah.
I'll come tomorrow.
We've got 2 away from the orbital strike, 1 off from the Viper's pit. On the other side, a couple of ults very nearby. You're going to have, I mean, Seekers for Bianche. Heibei's got his, but we asked for a flawless game. It's a tall task. It's a lot to ask for, but it's pacey. Oh, and Smoggy just denying off the rip. Simon's been caught though.
कैसा पकड़ा इसको बे?
I don't think so. He's dead to right. Molly to deny the plant and keep control here. Heibei's got his man. That's Simon gone. But there's not much security here for Trace. They are surrounded on basically.
Simon भाई भी होके भी नहीं थे.
How are they going to get a plant from this?
The op's still up. Smoke's about to dissipate as well. And the refresh. But they're out of the smokes on the attack side. Both sides basically out of smokes.
Land ही नहीं दे रहे अब तक.
And it looks like looking trying to find them some options elsewhere, but
just a soft reset, yeah.
I don't know what you're meant to do here. Chichu's position is he's just a safety net. He is their backup plan in case it goes wrong. And now hearing the TP, he might be in the right place, the right time, but outdone. And now suddenly
danger
there's a good shot.
plan.
Kai can activate the lurk here as well. He's going to hear the steps. This is perfect. They just got to stick the landing. Nobody against the odds in that fight.
He's got flash on that retake too.
Oh, spot on. Seekers can come down. Notes at least 2 towards
it's
hard to break back in. If you think how suffocating, how oppressive that deadlock can be, a triple swing, and they're fighting this out, but they fall away.
Wait,
what? 1v1 आ गया.
He's got wingman for the defuse as well.
Oh my god, it's down
Busy
to the
for
wire. Bianche, does he get spotted? No, it's perfect positioning.
भाई positioning है बच्ची. माँ कसम इस पे ult था.
God, that was dangerous though.
Throw कर दिए थे almost EDG. I mean Teen.
Chichu going down. You would think Trace closing this one out easy peasy, no problem at all. Kai not getting the jump on the player at short A. Well, he got the jump. He missed the shot. He missed the opportunity there. And then coming down to 3 versus 3, this was so close. And Trace, they want to be able to come all the way back, get it all the way into overtime here. They need to be a little bit tighter than this. They can't let these rounds get this close.
God, if that Dizzy had caught,
Right?
that could have been, I mean, so many small factors, but we're back in the game already. This is a pacey one too. Don't want to miss this for a second. Trying to find Chichu, but Chichu's got help. He's got friends here. You don't get a 1v1 against him. You got Kang now leaning
अभी GG
forward,
लगता है,
wants to be
50
the
अल्ट है।
aggressor, and he meets Bianche.
no.
The judge though, the jury
अरे
waiting.
माँ,
and
ऐसा
Spotty
खत्म किए ले
becoming
वे ये
the
लोग।
executioner to what could have been the turnaround for Trace here. Bianche saved him before, but I don't think he can
Are
save
you
him
little
again.
homie?
6 bullets and a dream, and the dream just died. 13-7, EDG.
Oh
fully
my
in
music.
control in this map.
That's a scary prospect going into Sunset. That was Trace's map pick right there. EDG has looked so good on Sunset, so it's going to be very important for Trace to be able
1.3
to
के
play
लाइक से करीब हम
way
लोग
better
लाइक
than they
स्ट्रीम
did
if you are new
here.
subscribe to the
Off to a
channel
great
too
start.
boys yeah अब तुम लोग देखो कंटिन्यू करो तुम लोग एंजॉय करो ये मैच देखना मैं आई डेफिनेटली नीड सम रेस्ट एंड देन आई हैव सम वर्क सो मेरे को आज एडिट करके एक वीडियो देने का है और इसका ही वीडियो अपना इसका तो that's why I will take your leave now दोस्तों I'm not gonna watch the next map 2-0 is my prediction है as I have told धन्यवाद देखने के लिए बाय लोग चलो बाय बाय दोस्तों मिलते हैं जिन्होंने कल की स्ट्रीम नहीं देखी कल की स्ट्रीम जरूर देखना चलो मिलते हैं रात की स्ट्रीम पे फोटोशॉप पे मिलेंगे ठीक है बाय सायोनारा गुड नाइट टेक केयर करो सब लोग और मजे करो ओके बाय लव यू